Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Broken Earth. I am your host, Warren. These are my wonderful players. Just a little bit to let you guys know on this session, Brandon just got teeth ripped out of his dome piece, so he's hyped up on a whole bunch of pain meds at the moment. So if he passes out, we're just going to kindly move him. This isn't a usual pass out thing. My homie's struggling over here. Whereas me, I've got a bit of a stuffy nose and all that. Everyone says I have the Rona, but it's just allergies. At least I hope. Anyway, um, we're we're going to yeah. You gave me the Rona through the video last week, there, Baker. Anyway,
Not my fault.
we are going to go ahead and roll the dice of destiny to see who is going to give us the recap of last session. And that is 3, so that is Baker.
Oh.
Marty, what happened last session? Lots of bad ideas, yes.
Oh, so many bad ideas. And everybody just went with it. I don't know what anybody was thinking, but apparently it's true that if you say it with enough confidence, everybody goes, that sounds awesome. So we were tasked to go help out a fort that was under attack by the Chosen. We went there, noticed that the Chosen had artillery, and said, you know what? That's not fair. You shouldn't have that. And we said, yoink! Assaulted the artillery piece, and I may or may not have accidentally blown myself up.
We're just going to leave that as it is.
Oh, yeah. Not my smartest maneuver.
But yes, you ended up waking up from your explosive stupor to see that you guys are about to be overrun. As to which I am going to start it off with Marty because I know Marty is really wanting to say this little catchphrase. Go ahead, Marty.
I'm going to sit up and look at everybody that's on their way that is not friendly and be like, oh, there's some people coming that don't look too friendly. We best get out of here. Stumble to my feet with however many hit points that I got healed for and take off running in what appears to be a drunken stupor if no one knew any better.
So is anyone joining Marty and beat feeding into the woodline?
Did you think we were just going to stay in there and get shot?
I mean, if that's your prerogative, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, no. Into the thick of it.
Planning on
Into the thick of it. Ugh. We're tramping through the bush.
What was that?
You're tramping through the bush. I'm trampling on the bushes.
I didn't hear you, Inti. What was that?
I think he's frozen. So is Mykel.
Shitty internets we all
have.
have.
Oh, there he's back. He's back.
What did you say, Inti?
Oh, I just got playing off of Austin's stupid tip. Nothing important.
Alrighty. So yes, you guys take off into the woods and begin going down that goat trail. But there was some people that you left alive on the goat trail the night prior. How are you going to be getting around this obstacle?
I'm going to reach into this magical bag of holding and perform yeet. You gave us mortars.
I see. So yes, you go over to your attached sharpshooter and you grab another one of those mortars from
no, I took the bag with me. I have the bag.
Oh, okay. So you're going to cast yeet?
Yes, casting yeet.
Yeah, what level?
5.
Right,
casting level 12. No one will be left alive.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
That's not a terrible roll. Wow. 17.
17. You are able to get within 40 feet of them. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Hercules.
Nat 20.
Okay. So let me
Time to do math. Math. M-A-T-H. Not.
Wow, all of them felt that. So I'm just going to say, for brevity's sake, even though you caused one hell of a ruckus, and definitely people know that you're here, the only people in the immediate vicinity that know that you're here are now instantly fucking vaporized as you move forward and continue on through the trail.
And we did this all at a dead sprint, ladies and gentlemen.
That was probably the quickest fight sequence Warren's ever did.
New dice, ladies and gentlemen. New dice.
Sometimes I have to give you guys a win, possibly. I don't know. And also, yes, Baker did get new dice. So, you guys end up going and following the trail all the way back to the backside of the fortress, where you do have to lay low for a little bit before the coast is clear enough for you to actually go around the front of the fortress to where that spiral pathway is up to the main entrance. But you are able to get to the main entrance by, I would say, midday, and the enemy has not launched another attack. As you enter through this fortress and you go up on the battlements, on the ramparts of this fortress, there is a sizable crater where that artillery piece was, and there's still kind of smoke rising. But you look back at the gatehouse, and the gatehouse did receive a direct hit. There are repairs being underway right now, but in order to bring it back to its former glory, it's going to be a while, and you guys do not have the necessary supplies to put it back to its former glory. If anything, there appears to be a concerted effort to at least make it a defensible position again. But you guys are filled in that had that cannon fired off another shot, you guys would be asshole deep in a whole bunch of blood, both yours and your enemies, because they would have breached through that to the gatehouse. So with that being said, you guys do have a little bit of time to kind of talk amongst yourselves and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and start with Morgan. Morgan, is there anything that you would like to do in Fort Scott?
Need to take a short rest so I can get my shit back.
Well, yes, that was implied in you waiting, so you already have a short rest.
How much health do I regen for that?
You guys can spend as many hit dice as you have.
How many is that?
Yes.
You fuck it. I'm gonna go off and pray real quick.
You're gonna go pray?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a
I'm gonna
percentile.
roll.
Oh, wait. Hang on. It's gonna be a 60.
60. You do hear a flutter of wings.
Not asking you to intervene or give us anything that would, I don't know, save our skins. Are we supposed to be here, or is there somewhere where we need to, like, do we need to leave here and go somewhere else?
You are where you need to be.
Wunderbar. Okay. Awesome. Any words of encouragement? Because the odds are definitely not in our favor.
Other than the usual, don't die.
That's you know, for a mortal being, that's a lot harder to do.
I will say, you and your friend Marty And all of your other companions did a wonderful job in creating such a spectacle with that explosion. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Out of, I don't know, curiosity, do we make it out of here alive?
I don't know. I don't know the future. And it's at that point he disappears in a flutter of wings.
I'm gonna go back to the group and just be like, so. I'm gonna look at Marty and be like, so God said you and me are gonna survive.
Covered in soot. I'm just gonna look at him, just kind of like, just
Excuse me, what?
no, just that would have been nice to know about 30 minutes ago.
I mean, you're still alive, so he's not. I mean, it's not technically wrong.
We're gonna move on to Inti. Inti, is there anything that you would like to do while you have a little bit of free time here?
Nah, not really.
Okay. What about you, Marty?
I'm gonna hold up the bag of holding to one of the sharpshooters and just be like, "Can I get more?"
If anything, I'm gonna have to take those back from you when he takes the bag away. We need as many of these mortar rounds going to the mortar as possible.
Well, that's no fun. I'm gonna stumble off in the direction of the bunkhouse.
I'm
gonna go take a nap. Yeah. I've had a hectic couple of days. I've had a hectic couple of hours.
Out of curiosity, did anybody else get my Braveheart reference?
When I wasn't paying attention.
I guess not. Very well.
So Ket. Oh no, I did get your Braveheart reference. Very, very clever. Ket, what are you doing? It took a minute to click.
I am going to be going around seeing if I can help with any repairs or if I can help give any medical attention or anything like that. Just idly going around seeing if anybody needs anything that I can do to help.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me 3 medicine checks and wrap this session.
One thing I forgot to pull up was my dice. Hang on.
Good job, kid.
And the +2.
We're gonna move on until you get those.
18,
What's
a
up?
14, and a 1. So that's a 20, a 16, and a 3.
Translated, you are able to help most of the wounded people here. It's just some of the more serious gunshot wounds or blast wounds or what have you. They're beyond your purview at this time. Maybe you're just worn out. Maybe it's because, you've had a lot on your mind, what have you. But you end up leaving that to the main surgeon here, but you are able to take off some of the workload that this surgeon is under and taking care of people here. So you're definitely doing more good than harm here. So yeah, you guys are excuse me. You guys are, resting, taking care of wounded soldiers, praying, things of that nature. Inti, are you going to be on the battlements at all?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Good thing we got numbers and ain't relying on my current perception. 10 on the die. Perception, that's 15.
15. You are able to look out into your enemy, and you see that they are definitely trying to hatch another plan, although what it is isn't necessarily apparent. You see definitely that they are man, I feel a sneeze coming on every time. But you definitely see that they are preparing ladders. They are preparing some type of siege equipment, but you don't think that they are going to be ready for the next couple of days. At least from what you were seeing.
So it looks like it's going to be a few days before they can put any plans into motion.
It looks to be, yes.
Okay. All right, now I want to share that with everybody that's around me. And that's about how far off are they?
They are well out of the range of the mortar, so they're probably, I would say, from
There's
here,
no
maybe a mile or two. Yeah, this perception check, you were looking through some type of spotting scope on the walls.
Okay, so there's no way, there's no like cannon or artillery or anything that would be able to get to them then.
Yeah.
If I wanted to start throwing a few pot shots.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah, no, I'm just making that clear, and then or telling that to everybody around me, and then do want to try and keep a special, make sure to keep folks in and out of the camp, look around, see if there's any movement in case they're sending any smaller parties trying to sneak around to anything.
Yeah, for most of the day, you spend your time on the ramparts. You aren't seeing any parties that are coming up to try to, probe your defenses. Throughout the day, that is.
Oh, they're probing it throughout the day.
No, they aren't probing your defenses throughout the day.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just keeping an eye on them, see if there's anything worth noticing.
Morgrim, after you've had your little prayer time, is there anything else that you would like to do?
I guess I'll help shore up the gatehouse.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Working on it. Okay. My shit's just taking a second. 16.
You were able to help put a couple of long pieces of timber up on the actual gate itself to kind of, I don't know, provide some form of defense, against something like a ram or what have you. But that appears to be what they're focused on now, considering that the gatehouse is in a lot of disrepair because of the direct hit.
Out of curiosity, while we were running through the woods, would I have happened to notice any possibly poisonous plants?
No, you were running for your life.
Would it be safe to go to the edge of the woods right outside of the city or the fort?
I would say you might want to take people with you.
I will propose to the rest of the party that
come
we
along.
go out and see if we can find some poisons to work with. Can kind of give us a leg up.
Slightly disheveled, hat sideways, still covered in a little bit of soot. Marty's gonna be like, ready to go.
NT, are you going to be going on a field trip? Or are you going to stay on the walls?
Yeah, I'll be a special kid for the field trip.
Alrighty, so you guys head out. Are you going to be out on the motorcycles or on foot?
On foot into the woods.
On foot into the woods, okay. So you descend that spiraling way and go back out into the woods. Give me a survival check.
All of us.
Everybody?
Yes.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
21.
How does a 22 sound?
22. 21.
See survival.
Yes.
5. I run into a tree.
Get
I got a 12.
12. All right. So, Inti and you guys end up splitting up. Ket and Marty, you go off into the woods one way. You weren't able to find anything of note. Inti and Morgrim, you do go one way, and you do find a lot of foliage in the area. What kind of poisons are you looking for, Morgrim?
Really anything that I could possibly turn into like an aerosol.
Do you have proficiency in like some type of poisoner's kit?
I don't.
What proficiencies and what kits do you have in?
Working on it. Give me 1 second. My computer's been acting fucky there.
Oh, hold on. Just
Um, that's not right. Hang on.
We're just going to assume that you don't have the proficiencies needed to create something in that manner. You do, however, find a lot of poison ivy in this area. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, both of you give me dex saves.
Am I included in that?
No, just the people
Okay.
who found it.
all right. What did we find?
Poison ivy. Give me a dex save.
Okay. Yeah, 1 sec. Where the? I'll find that later. All right. So 14. You said dex. That's 17.
All right, Morgrim. Your dex save.
16.
You guys are able to narrowly miss the poison ivy and realize that would have been a very uncomfortable thing had you stumbled into a vine of that. But yeah, you do find some poison ivy here.
Let's try and gather some up.
Okay. How are you going to be gathering this poison ivy up?
I'll take off my cloak
Uh-huh.
and use my cloak to gather it.
Okay. I would not recommend putting that cloak on ever again, but
It's fine. There's a good chance I'll die, so.
Inti, are you going to be helping him?
Yeah. Trying to look through my stuff and see if I have anything resembling spare gloves. No.
I don't think you do.
It would be a great time for someone to have mage
Yeah.
hand.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I could.
actually don't have one I used to though. All right, then yeah, I'll just take a spare shirt from my traveler's clothes and use that instead.
Okay.
For poisons, couldn't I make a medicines check?
No, making poisons is specifically a poisoner's kit thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then when we get back, I want to go see the apothecary.
What was that you said, Inti?
I said, would cure wounds cure you of a skin poison?
Technically it's poison, so you would have to do, I don't know. I need to grab my books, which are down there. But we're going to say that you guys have found your bounty, and you said that you're going to try to track down some type of apothecary. Give me an investigation check.
Both of us?
Whoever wants to give me an investigation check to find the apothecary, or you can give someone the help action.
It's investigation. I'm gonna roll for investigation. Ooh, I should have gave you advantage on that. I got 5.
Awesome.
13.
I find the local gong farmer.
What was that, Morgan?
13.
13. You are able to find someone who makes healing potions, and you're more than welcome to buy some from him. But as far as making poisons, not necessarily his cup of tea.
Is there a cannon?
A cannon?
Yeah.
As in, like, the mortar that has been here this entire time?
Not necessarily a mortar, because a mortar doesn't fire things out. It's the round that fires. So, like, something I can use to throw things in front of me.
As far as the cannon is concerned, no. The only artillery piece here is the mortar.
Okay.
I'm not trying to shut down any ideas. It's just I'm going off of what I've already placed here.
Very well.
So we'll say that you have 10 leaves of poison ivy in your inventory that you were saving for later. Unless you are able to come up with something later on in the session. Anyway, so it is now about dinner time. Many of the soldiers who are now walking into this little canteen area. They were obviously wounded, but they are looking better now, considering that a lot of them have had some medical treatment rendered unto them, and they even go up to Ket and clap him on the back and give him a big thank you, and actually give him a bit extra rations from their own ration to pay back the life-saving thing that he did for them. But you four are here able to talk amongst yourselves. So whatever roleplay you guys would like to take care of, go ahead and take it away.
I'm gonna eyeball Ket and his extra rations and be like, "You're gonna get fat, keep eating like that." With a grin on my face, all in good fun.
I'll I'll look over to him and look at the pile of rations in front of me and ask him, you want to help me with some of this?
It's mostly candy bars and like small cakes and whatnot. Very, very sweetening and fattening food.
I'm gonna look down at my soot-covered hands and be like, "You might want to pass them to me. I'm not reaching over there."
Oh, I'll feed them to you if you want me to.
What's his girlfriend's name? I can't remember.
Kylie.
I'm just gonna eyeball and be like, Kylie might get jealous.
Well, she doesn't know.
Morgan, you were hearing this exchange.
I'm just letting it go, man. I'm not even trying to get in the middle of it.
There does appear to be a bit. One of the sweet cakes is actually catching your eye, Morgan.
I'm gonna eat that sweet cake.
You see Morgan reach across the table and grab something out of that pile.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look at him and look at the sweet cake and be like, well, I was gonna eat that, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at him and just kind of, just in my hands, just.
I'm gonna look at Morgan and be like, "At least I said something first."
Did I ask you?
Nobody ever does.
NT, you're being awful quiet here.
Yeah, NT kind of just sat over watching everybody. He's still drinking from one of his quarts of moonshine. He's got a cigarette, and like he's got the moonshine in his hand like this, and got a cigarette hanging up over it like that. Before he suddenly face seems to light up a little bit, and he remembers something, and he walks over to Morty and just drops a stack of 50 gold on him, because I have it right here that I have a sack of 50 gold that belongs to Marty, so I'm giving it to you now.
Where did that come from?
I think
I don't remember. I've had it there for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think that was like maybe 3, 4, 5 episodes ago. I don't quite remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I now that you brought it up, yeah, there is something that Marty got paid for, and I think you ended up having to leave before the session was done or something like that.
Oh, it was probably a mission or something.
Yeah.
You eat one and I eat the other.
So yeah, you now have 50 gold being given to you by your brother.
Sweet and sour.
However, what he doesn't know is that I actually took one of those leaves of poison ivy and rubbed it all across the top of that bag.
That's mean even for brothers.
Are you going to take the bag?
Well, I don't know about the poison ivy. It's gold, so yeah.
Go ahead and give me a con save.
Come on, net 20. I hate this game.
Net 1?
Saving throw. No. Oh, actually, wow. 12.
12?
12.
Okay. You end up taking the bag. You open it up. There is 50 gold inside.
Nice. I'm gonna add that to my stash. It's growing. Yeah, it's so big now. I'm gonna look at him and be like, I'm gonna assume that's combat pay from a mission I had to depart from quickly. We're just gonna call it that.
Honestly, I don't remember at this point, but I mean, you aren't gonna turn down free gold.
That I am not.
So you guys are, eating, drinking, being merry, stuffing yourselves with sweets. At some point in time, Marty, you feel your hands are beginning to get a little itchy.
I hate this. I'm gonna look down at my hands, kind of rub my fingers together, look at Inti, be like, "What did you do?"
Should I roll a deception check?
If you're going to deceive him.
What do you mean?
If you're going to deceive him, Yes. Contested by an insight check from Marty.
Motherfucking 20.
Well, now I got to see if I can get a net 20. Nope, I got a 13. Should I have advantage because I can feel my hands itching and he gave me something just a little bit ago?
You know what? Yeah, because that was a dick move. And I'm going to say you roll at disadvantage and Marty rolls at advantage, just because I am going to play favorites.
That's okay.
Natural 10?
19.
Well, I got a 19. Oh, I got a 16 on that one. Is that a 16? I can barely read these. 16. Let me see what my modifier is. Oh, it's insight, right?
Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
Your insight beats out. At first, you honestly believe your brother whenever he asks, "What do you mean?" But there is that slight, ever so slight curl of his lip, which also appears to be his poker tell.
How close is he to me?
How
He
far away
says
are
it
you?
like he even knows how to play poker.
What?
What was that, NT?
I said, you say that like NT knows how to play poker.
That's a fair point. How
we have a
close? How
He does not. He plays spades.
how close are you to your brother there, NT?
Oh, I walked over there, dropped it off, and then I walked back over towards the battlement.
We're having lunch, crazy. We're in like a mess hall.
Yeah, this is about the end of the lunch.
Oh, I thought this was like end of the day. Oh no, and he's like
dinner.
at the edge of the table, or like at the other side of the table.
Yeah, so he's at the other side of the table.
How close is his moonshine? How big are these tables, Warren?
Well, his moonshine is in his hand. These tables, I would say they're maybe, I don't know, half the size as one that you would see at lunchtime in like a school or something.
So he's fairly close to me, right?
Yeah, ish. Maybe 10 feet away.
I'm gonna take my soot fingers and jam him in his moonshine. Just like all four fingers, just poop, pull him back out. Hope that tastes good.
Your hands are just covered.
Yeah, my hands are still covered. I got blown up.
Your fingers got okay, NT doesn't even respond. He just keeps drinking his drink.
Smoky.
Well, now he's got poison ivy in his mouth too.
Oh yeah, that is very true. NT, give me a con save.
Con was 17.
Oh, it's probably a save.
Your whiskey does have a bit more of a oomph going down, but throughout the day and into the night, you aren't suffering from any symptoms. Your symptoms end up subsiding by the time you go to sleep, Marty. Your constitution is quite good as far as that is concerned. You know, just washing your hands, maybe getting a salve put on it, and you're good to go. Ket, what all are you doing before bedtime tonight?
I want to see if I can figure out a way to get in touch with Kylie over the radio to check on her.
Okay. Yeah, so you go to the headquarters area. You were given a radio. You dial it in. How are you speaking into the mic?
What is the name of this place that we're at?
Fort Scott.
Yeah, I'll just call into it. This is Ket at Fort Scott. Trying to make contact with Kylie at wherever the fuck she is.
By way
By
of
way of
Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Yeah. There is a bit of silence over the radio. whenever you finally hear something come back over the radio. Hey, Kent, right now it's not a good time. There a lot of sentries are, well, they're not acting so quite right. Everyone appears to be on edge.
What do you mean? I'll call back. More details. What do you mean the sentries aren't acting right? Like they're acting strangely, or they're acting as if they're on guard?
I can't explain anymore other than everyone appears to be on edge. They're keeping a lot of us in the dark.
Who am I speaking to? Am I speaking to Kylie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just say, okay, well, just stay safe, and I'll try to be back as soon as I can. If you find out anything else, try to let me know.
I'll do my best. And you hear her make a kissing sound to you over the phone, over the radio, before her channel goes dark.
Shit. All right, I'll hand the radio back to the person in command, and I'll turn to them and ask them if they know anything about what's going on at By Way of Groves.
How are you going to be trying to get information out of them?
Well, who is it?
This appears to be one of the chieftain's aides that gave you this radio.
Well, I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna, would they have heard our conversation?
They would have.
I was gonna say it's open mic radio, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I would just kind of turn the radio back over to them while giving them a quizzical look and saying, "Do you know anything about this? Whatever she's talking about?"
Honestly, at this juncture, I don't. Give me an insight check.
Insight. Unnatural 20.
He's definitely hiding something.
I'm gonna press him further. I'm gonna say, we have family there, and we have friends and people that are very close to us. If you know anything of value, it might very well benefit all of us, including you and them, if we as crows know about what's going on. We might be able to help.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's, a 19 plus persuasion.
That is a charisma-based
25.
skill. I was about to say, that's a charisma-based skill. That is yours. Well, he rolled a natural 20, but his modifier is not anywhere near that high. So you two end up eyeing each other for a good 5 seconds. But it feels like 5 minutes. When he finally relents and says, "We've been hearing reports over the radio that there are troop movements going on over at By Way of Groves. They're obviously covering their movements, but they're starting to get closer. That's all I know."
I'll thank him for the information. I'm being friendly at this point because he gave me what I wanted. So I'll say thank you for giving me this information, and then I'll add a little bit of a serious tone to my voice and say, next time I ask you for information, please be forthright with me and tell me what it is. You can trust me.
Well, we're put under orders right now not to divulge anything on secure channels. That came in on a secure channel directly between the chieftains.
Understood.
So, if you would, please keep it to yourself.
Of course.
I know you're not going to.
At which point I will turn and hightail it back to where the guys are hanging out.
Hey, gosh!
I will usher them into a private area where no one can overhear, and I will tell them what I just learned.
Let's make this a roleplay experience. How about you tell them in your own words?
Okay, so I get back to the mess hall.
Can I
Everybody's
pause
still hanging out.
What's up, NC?
By way of Groves is pretty much like the capital, like where we've been operating out of, right?
By way of Groves is where your clan is. You are currently helping another clan.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're in the mess hall, and I come. I wouldn't say I come rushing in, but you can tell I'm walking with purpose. And as I reapproach you guys, I'll say, we need to talk in kind of a low voice, and just turn and start walking away, assuming that they're going to follow me. And I'll go, I don't know, around the corner of the building or something, just somewhere where nobody else is walking through or anything right now. And I'll turn to them and I'll say, look, I just got in touch with Kylie, and she said that there was some kind of weird stuff going on at By Way of Groves. I pressured the chief's aide into telling me what's going on, and all he knows is that apparently there is hostile troop movement getting very near By Way of Groves. They're cloaking themselves to make it harder to be tracked, but they do know that they're there, and they're getting close. Nobody else knows except for the very high ups. They're keeping everyone in the dark. I'll eye everyone seriously and say, we don't even know.
Cat just told you guys that. What's your response?
That's all I'm gonna do. Is I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna like kick back and just. Do you think we need to go back?
Do we really have any more business here?
You guys were sent here to help this clan.
And help we have.
But yeah, but it looks like there's going to be another assault. Maybe not today,
we know there's-
maybe not tomorrow, but they're not done here.
Well, they're
How
definitely
long
not
would it take
ones
to get back to
off.
By Way of Groves?
What was that, Cat?
How long would it take to get back to By Way of Groves?
It's a full day's ride.
Ew. Okay.
Maybe even a day and a half to 2 days, considering that there's more enemies in the area. You would have to bypass patrols and whatnot. It's going to be dangerous going back.
So, I mean, at this point, we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Here we have a ally clan that is actively under attack, basically under siege, if you will, by enemies. And on the other hand, you have our family, our clan, and our loved ones who may possibly very well be under attack very soon.
What would Chief Chris have us do? He sent us here. He knows we're needed here, potentially more than we're needed at home. Those guys aren't stupid. They're not bad at what they do.
This is true. I tend to forget that we're not the only capable soldiers in this.
Fight.
Yeah.
You have Braves that have been
How
doing it a
many
lot longer than us.
enemies are outside preparing?
You're gonna have to say that again, Brandon. Your internet's screwy.
I said, when I was looking over the battlements earlier, could I get an idea of like how many men were in their camp out there?
It's definitely a sizable number, outnumbering you. The exact number you are not familiar, because you know,
Okay, but
and also kind of conversing with your brother in a tactical mindset. They would be screening a lot of their forces in the tree line behind them.
okay, but like 50, 200, 5,000. How sizable we are? Size are we talking sizable here?
You have a tribe.
I don't expect 150.
You have a tribe of roughly 150 Braves at Fort Scott. They outnumber you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What if we tried to get some scouts out to get their exact location? And then from there, we can mortar the shit out of their encampments. Probably take a few out before we really start.
Well, it's dusk going into nighttime now. It's after dinner.
They don't have any more big, giant, heavy equipment that we can see, do they?
No, and NT would, I believe NT would tell you guys that they. Well, actually, NT, you can go ahead and tell them their capabilities as of right now, since you are aware of that fact.
It's like,
But
I am.
really, look, you said like they were building ladders and
Ladders,
maybe a battering ram.
ladders, a ram or two, things of that nature. They definitely don't have any more artillery though.
So, I mean,
All
if
right,
under the
then,
cover of night we can
yeah,
get it.
Well, let NT talk first, and then you can go ahead and go, Morgan.
and he looks around and is like, okay, it looks like they're mainly just going to try and scale the walls again. It looks like they're starting to stockpile enough ladders for enough of their forces to get up, and they might be coming back to those gates with the rams. But I don't think we need to worry much on the artillery. I don't think they have any more. If we could somehow strike them out there and do a good bit of damage to them, we'd be able to strike out with enough firepower when they go to assault us. We might the defense of this place could go pretty well. He says that much more eloquently than I did.
What's wrong?
Well, you are kind of doped up because of L teeth being ripped out of L head.
Less the teeth being ripped out the head and the drugs given for that. But yeah, that is exactly correct.
With y'all.
Are those your boots?
Those are my wife's boots.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Go little rock star.
Oh God, nothing is safe.
Anyway, so yeah, it's it's beginning to. Actually, no. Morgan was wanting to say something.
All I was really saying was maybe if we just got close enough to their encampment and started bombarding them with mortar shells, we might be able to take enough for their number out to somewhat even um, our playing field.
Well, we have an issue if we do that. We take the mortar off the walls. We take it out there. Pitched battle. We lose the mortar. Do they only have the one mortar, or is it the multiple mortar teams?
Yeah.
We lose that mortar. We lose the only advantage these guys have. Right now, all we have for the clan back home is worry, and we can worry all we want. All of our families are there. But we can't focus on that right now. Chief Chris sent us out here to do a job, and right now that job is not done. And it looks like it's about to get a lot harder. We're about to face a complete pitched battle. Battering rams, people trying to scale the walls. The gatehouse is next to ruins. We can't just up and leave these guys because we have a slight fear that our families are in danger. There's Braves still there. They're safe. They'll be okay for a little while longer. What we can do here is we can pray for them and focus on here. We can't focus on back home. We do that, we lose. Man, I'm getting good at that.
Marty's
What?
becoming a leader.
Same thing happened last campaign, man. Every so often I get a good speech going. And then I have a dumb idea.
Yeah, like board an enemy craft and start throwing their captains overboard.
Hey, you know what? It worked. I never did get to beat somebody with another
Okay.
person. I was kind of sad about that. Playing
Okay,
Paladin does have
so
its
the
perks.
gatehouse
The gatehouse. What about it?
is there just one gate in this fortification?
One
How many gates are there?
one way
Just
in,
the one?
one way out.
Okay, is it made of wood or metal?
Wood and earthworks.
Wooden earthwork. Well, piss off then.
Well, if we look, I'm going to say this as Marty. If we look at it this way, there's two ways to this compound. The goat trail, which is not going to be not defended, and the front gate. Everything else is like sheer and or very hard to pass cliffs, right? It's basically just a culling ground. If you try to go up the cliffs,
even you guys taking the goat trail, you had to you were coming up onto the fortification on the backside, and you still had to skirt around to the front, walk up that spiral into the main gate.
But they're making ladders.
Yes.
Well, two ways in, one way out. Only the front gate. If we can repel them from the front gate, at the very least, that's our means of escape to get out of here if this goes sideways. Or we see what the chief has for an escape route. Do we have ladders to pitch over the sides for us? The goat trail needs to be defended because it's our backside, but it's not completely impassable. So, do we make it impassable? That way it truly is one way up, one way down. That puts us in a corner. However, we have all the advantages. It's not going to be easy for them to get up that front road.
You have the high ground.
God damn it, I hate you. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
Well, I say we talk to the chief, get 2 machine gun teams, cover the back goat trail. Everybody else, standard array. Let's get this done.
I think that'd be all right. Also, if anyone has a significant number of explosives, I might can get into the plant, get into their camp, and actually do a little bit of damage before they even realize it.
With how impassable it is to get back to the fortifications, that sounds more like a suicide mission to me. Because you're guaranteed.
I won't have problem getting back to the fortifications. I can promise that. I can walk up the wall. Don't worry about that.
How can you walk up a wall?
Spider climb.
Somebody say it.
As to which the only in-character thing that you can say is, I drink and I know things. That is all you can say, NT.
I drink and I know it.
Can you mute yourself, Mike? Thank you.
The only thing I'm missing for it is explosives.
Well, they took my mortars, so I'm out.
I mean, you could talk to the chief.
Well, damn. I'd say that sounds like what I would like to go do, because I don't even have any more of my cough and sniff.
So yes, you guys all take a trip in your favorite rocket ship up to the chieftain in his headquarters. The chief. He is. You see that he is beginning to bed down for the night, although he is still handling business for the day. Whenever he sees you guys walk through the door into his headquarters area, he regards you with respect and offers you guys a seat.
Chief, I have an idea. However, I need some explosives from you to put it into action. So, you want to scare the shit out of those bastards up front and see some explosions before you go night-night over there? Or are you going to be lame?
The chieftain just looks at you, turning up an eyebrow, and he says, what are you trying to do?
Give me grenades. As many grenades as I can carry. Give me some grenades. And then just watch the fun.
Well, I can't in good conscience send you out there on your own. And that means I'm going to be taking men off the wall.
If you ever risk what? That is either one person that you can just trust me and see the surprise and not send anybody with me, or you can send everybody out there with me and just make it even harder for me to get back undetected. I'm not planning on dying out there. I'm not planning on leaving them any guns or grenades themselves.
Well, tell me your plan then.
All right. I'm going to walk up and down the wall. I'm going to camouflage myself to look like them with some of my handy dandy artificer tech. And once I've blown up enough of their base that they forget their names, I'll just walk right back. That's the plan. Keep it simple. Not asking for a hand, not asking for an escort.
We'll get back to that.
Just need the explosive.
We'll get back to that. The rest of you appear to have something that you want to talk about. What do you have to say, Marty?
So, there are two ways up. The goat trail that we that we took, which they did have guards on, and the front door, I say we put 2 machine gun teams at the goat trail and or make the goat trail completely impassable, thus destroying it, and everybody else is standard array, standard defenses. If we make the goat trail impassable, however, that does give us a disadvantage because now we have completely backed ourselves into a corner. But that only gives them one way up, one way down. They can't pass the cliffs. It's just going to be a culling ground.
What about you, Morgan? What do you have to say?
I have to agree with Marty. I don't. Oh boy. The last thing we want is to be in a killing ground. So, me personally, I think we should send out some scouts and get just a little bit better lay of the land.
All right. Cat.
How extensive is our motor pool garage here?
Well, we have the 4 land ships, your motorcycles, of course, with a few other motorcycles that belong to the tribe. We do have some 4-wheeled fast movers with machine guns on them, things of that nature. But they render our vehicle supremacy practically null and void, considering how many of them there are and the fact that we have little room to maneuver with them.
That's fine. What about like oil? Like just cartons of cases of oil. Do we have that?
Kind of, but those are mainly used for maintenance on the vehicles. If we use them in this fight, they need to be in the most pitched spot, and we need to end this fight rightly at that point, because we need to get resupply for those vehicles, or we're sitting ducks out here.
Yeah, but I mean, how often does a vehicle need oil?
Speaking out of character here, you are in the middle of an apocalyptic playground with engines that are bleeding oil, leaking like a sieve. Take that as you will.
About pistons look like water fountains. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's definitely not. You can't take these vehicles to a dealership and get them worked on anymore.
I mean, I definitely agree with Marty. I like the idea of sneaking in and trying to cause as much damage as possible too. That does seem like a really good idea, and I could definitely help with that if that was a plan. I could definitely blend in much more easily. All we would have to do is take out a couple of them and take their clothes, and we could basically become them.
All right. Well, I will dispatch 3 machine gun teams out to the goat trail, and you two. And he points at Ket and Inti. You guys have my blessing, but I would recommend doing that tomorrow night. We need to lick our wounds. And you guys, I can see all the bags under your eyes, and it's at this point that you actually feel the exhaustion of not sleeping the day prior begin to hit you.
I took a nap.
Yeah, you took a nap, but not a long rest, and you need a long rest. Uh,
mother.
I would heavily recommend you guys actually get some rest tonight. We need to lick our wounds before we engage in any battle. It's at that point he says, "Speaking of rest, I'm about to go get some rest myself. I will dispatch those machine gun teams post haste, but I want you guys to go get some sleep." So it's
It's one order you're not gonna have a problem with me obeying.
Still covered in at least a little bit of soot. Just standing back. Nap time. Just kind of like just drift off.
Okay, so
NT walks outside, spider climb on himself, and then just walks right up the door, right up the wall, and then walks on the ceiling, hanging upside down, like still walking with them, just to fuck with them.
so you have NT walking on the ceiling for however long that spell lasts. But yes, you guys are able to.
Hour.
You guys are able to go to the barracks area and get some shut-eye. The next day, breakfast is served. Grits, eggs, and a little bit of sausage. Not really anything to, be in glorious joyfulness, I guess we could say, about, but it is food. You guys eat, attend to the duties of the day. NT and Ket, you guys can go ahead and go to the battlements and plan out your little excursion for tonight. Both of you go ahead and give me a perception check.
While they're going and doing that, can I go talk to the quartermaster or something?
Yes, you may.
So I'm going to roleplay this a little bit.
23.
I'm going to...
hold on a second. What was that, NT?
23.
23. What about you, Ket?
What was it again?
Perception.
Okay, so 18.
You guys are looking through the looking glasses up on the battlements. Sorry to cut you off, Morty.
You're good.
In NT, what you see immediately makes you pissed off at the chief. Because they have several ladders. What was that?
Did you say pissed off at the chief?
Yes. Because there are several ladders that are completely built, and they have completely built a ram. They are, however, building more ladders. Both of you see that. Both you and Ket. So you guys can go ahead and kind of, sit and stew on that while we go over to Marty. Marty, you are going over to the quartermaster.
Before I left, I looked at NT and yelled, "I'll be back with something." I think I'm going to run over to the court. I'm going to go over to the quartermaster. I'm going to ask him if he has flare rounds for the mortar and a flare gun. Like the battlefield illumination rounds.
Well, the mortar rounds I can't necessarily part with, but
no, I don't need them. I just need to make sure he has some.
Well, loom rounds we do have. We do, however, have a flare with 3 rounds that come with it.
If I get authorization from your chief, can I requisition the flare gun and have the flare rounds on standby?
Well, you can buy them all right now for 150 gold. You could choose to barter.
I'm definitely going to barter because this is mission critical. Penny pinchers.
Hey man,
I'm not saying that out
war
loud.
effort has to be funded somehow.
We're helping the chief. I'm gonna look at him, just kind of get real close and be like, I'm gonna return. And then I'm gonna go find the chief.
You're more than welcome to barter. They actually appear to be things like he's selling.
Oh, I thought he was. I'm talking like quartermaster, like supply sergeant, where I'm just.
Yeah,
picturing-
they also sell things to the Braves too.
I'm just gonna look at him. I'm not gonna say it like aggressively. Just be like, "I'll be right back." I'm gonna run over to the chief. Okay. So now that I've chased down the chief, I'm gonna ask him if we can have the mortar crew, a mortar crew, on standby tonight, so that if not Morgrim, Ket and Inti get into trouble, we can fire a loom round so we can back them up from the battlements with our rifles.
Absolutely, I can authorize that tonight.
Could you give me a hand with the penny pincher you have for a quartermaster? We need that flare. We only need one round for that flare gun. It's just in case they get in trouble. But he wants 150 for it. That's a little steep for a mission critical item there.
I'm pretty sure it's 150 for the flare gun itself. But how do you think we fund this racket?
I'm gonna stop and look at him. He's like,
barter with the guy. He might sell it for less.
all right, fine. I'm gonna run back over to the quartermaster and be like, all right, I'll offer you 80. I only need one round, and the gun will be returned. Think of it as a deposit, more of a instead of a purchase. We just want to rent.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Nah, Pete. That's a 10. What's my modifier? Probably not. Wait, what did you say? Persuasion? 12.
90, and you can have the flare gun and the rounds all to yourself.
I just want to rent them for the night, my man. Fine, we'll do that. But
Okay.
I'm keeping the flare gun.
Okay, yeah.
I've heard. I'm just gonna look around, look at him. I've heard you can put a 12 gauge round in one. I've kind of wanted to try that.
He looks at the flare gun, and it appears to be one that you can kind of get at Walmart. It's plastic. He says, I wouldn't recommend it, but you're more than welcome to try. And he hands you the flare gun with the 3 rounds.
Like, maybe once.
IRL, it's not recommended you put more than a round or two through it. I'm just gonna look at him, kind of like shift my hat so a little bit of soot kind of just dusts off of me. Like, you guys have no sense of adventure, and I'm just gonna zip off real quick.
Morgrim, what are you doing in this time?
That was expensive.
That was such a Lin-Manuel Miranda move.
It sounds like it.
I don't have all my marbles, so that's my only excuse.
What do you want to do, Morgrim?
Can I dry the I would like to dry the poison ivy leaves that I have.
Sure. That'll take you most of the day.
That's fine.
Whenever you finally have dried leaves, what are you going to do with them?
I'm assuming that the enemy force has some form of drinking water that is probably not individualized bottles. Yes, I'm going to do a big stupid. I'm going to be a big stupid. I'm going to crush those leaves into a powder once they've dried completely. What time of day is this again?
By the time you were able to crush those leaves, it is definitely
Is it
after
light or dark?
lunch. It's still light. I would say 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you're able to get them crushed.
I'm going to go to Ket, and I'm going to tell him my plan.
You will tell Ket your plan after we handle NT and Ket things. So, speaking of you two, you have just seen that the enemy has now worked pretty much throughout the night to create these siege weapons. NT, I would imagine you were rather irate at this.
Yeah, as I'm sitting there cussing under my breath the whole time that I'm looking through, I'm getting a count on the ladders and seeing how many I can see that they're still in the process of
15
building up.
ladders have been built. 1 ram has been built, and it looks to be another 15 ladders are in the process of being built.
All right, then I want to look at and point both those out to them and be like, okay, those should probably be our first 2 targets. Go ahead and knock those out while we can. If we can get that well, actually, do you know, are the explosives that we have, is it just going to be pull the pin and it goes boom, or do you think they've got timers and fuses and such?
You asked for grenades, so you've got grenades.
Okay, then then actually, I'm gonna ask Ket. Do you think that you can sneak into their water supply, their food supply, or their or maybe even their weapons stores?
See no reason why not. What's your plan?
Well, if we can get us some rotting meat around here, I'm sure there's a rat something somewhere. Then maybe chop that thing up and chop it in half or so and just drop it in the water bucket. As for the food, if it's near fire, maybe burn it, maybe throw a grenade in there, put a grenade underneath toss a grenade to the weapons, and then once I start hearing explosions, I'll be closer to the outside. I'll go ahead and hit the other 2, or hit the ladders and the rams with the grenades, and then we just dip on out. That sound like a plan?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, and that way we can both keep a decent lookout around. Maybe see if we can't find who's running this shindig.
All right. So it's at that point you two have been spending the better part of the day, planning exactly how you're going to carry this mission out. When Morgrem meets you two on the battlements as you are, let's say you're jotting down notes on how you're gonna, do X, Y, and Z and whatnot. Morgan approaches.
Hello, boys.
What's up, bro?
I had a thought, and I'm going to produce a little vial of powder. I had a thought of what to do with these.
What is that?
Do
It's
tell.
the poison ivy I collected earlier. We put it in their drinking water.
Sounds dangerous.
At worst, it'll be a mild inconvenience, but it'll probably give us a slight advantage.
Yeah. I mean, you never know with the way people's genetics are. You never know who might be deathly allergic.
I mean, it's gonna really suck to ingest this, I'm sure, considering
Oh yeah,
what it feels
yeah.
like to get it on your skin. So, yeah, do you want to help me with that?
you'd have
Yes.
told me that you were doing it, I'd have gave you my leaves, and you could have ground those up too. We could have had more.
Well, be that as it may, we're going to have to get into the enemy camp.
We're already working on that, buddy.
Ooh.
But we think we have a pretty good idea for as far as that goes. But once you start hearing explosions, then we're gonna try and be getting out fairly quick after that.
Yeah, I can work with that.
Baker, you look like a 13-year-old dude. You look 13.
What he's saying
Grow
is
your
you
beard
look
back.
like a baby face bitch.
Oh shit!
Okay, I'm one to talk.
So it is now time for y'all's final meal before you delve into the abyss here. You guys are eating together, coming up with your final plan. Marty, this is where you can produce the flare gun.
I'm gonna run up to Inti and Ket, kind of do one of these maneuvers. I'm gonna pull out the flare gun. Like, if it goes loud, here's this. You send this up, we'll send out a flare round of the mortar, and we'll back you up with the sharpshooters. However, I may or may not have heard somewhere you can put a 12-gauge round in one of these.
Inti is only vaguely. At first you had my attention. Now,
Yeah. First you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
thank you. Yeah.
Not recommended. Not recommended you put multiple rounds through it, if you know what I'm saying.
My initial response would be, do we have any 12-gauge rounds? We all have rifles and pistols.
I'm gonna stop and look down at the flare gun and the flare. Just set them both down in front of Inti and Ket and be like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna sprint back to the quartermaster.
Oh, not only can I give you some shotgun shells, hell, I can give you a shotgun.
Double barrel?
Pump action.
Either way, pump actions are against the Geneva Convention.
Did the Germans invent mustard gas?
This
Where
is
we're going, we don't need Geneva's convention.
Yeah, this is a slam fire. As quick as you can pump this thing is as quick as rounds start coming out.
I'll take it. How much is it?
So I need you to ask me a very specific question once I say this next comment. I'm gonna take the shotgun and the shotgun shells, look at it and be like, I'm gonna use this for breaching. A very, very special kind of breaching. Just gonna kind of start petting it. Ask me the question, Warren. You know what you want. You know what you want to ask. What am I breaching? You know you want to ask it.
What you breaching?
Rib cages. How much do you want for it?
I will get you that here in just a second. Give me a second. Your game master, as per usual, did not come prepared, and he did not grab his books before he decided to sit down and play some Dungans and Daggans. I think it's about time that I parted ways with a shotgun. I think you guys have been nice enough.
Oh, I have something to trade as well. I think I have scrap or something.
Oh, I've definitely got a revolver.
I mean, you can definitely sell that lever action.
Your mother. That's my lever action.
You have a futuristic M1 Garand.
But that's my lever action.
It goes ping when it's empty.
But that's my lever action. I'm very sentimental when it comes to weapons and things. Like in Skyrim, I will have a specific chest in my house in what is it? Whitehall? The first big town you get to. Whiterun. I will have a specific chest in there that I will fill with weapons that I have either used or just kind of like. I don't care if I've outgrown or gotten better weapons or anything like that. That chest will have at least 300 different weapons in it by the time I'm done with the game. I have
So
a hard
he
time
gives
with
you the price for the shotgun. I know you're the haggling type, so this definitely going to be the number you want to hear, but 250 gold.
I have some. I'm going to reach down into my pack. Kind of, you hear a lot of rummaging. And then out of this pack, somehow comes a lever action, a revolver, the one that I replaced my big iron with, or replaced with my big iron.
No, you gave that to a kid.
I did give that to a kid. I forgot about that. Don't be like Marty, ladies and gentlemen. I tossed some kid that was under 18 a pistol and was like, "Here."
Have fun. At least it wasn't loaded. So
I think it wasn't loaded. I can't remember.
it wasn't loaded. You unloaded
okay.
it. You made specific that you unloaded it and gave it to a kid.
He was about the age he would start training with a firearm.
That's what they all said.
Yeah, he wasn't like 6 or something.
Gave him about 17 rounds.
So you are offering up the lever action.
Hold on, time out. A lever action.
Mm-hmm.
About 70 gold worth of scrap. I'm going to pop up, dust myself off a little bit. Soot goes everywhere still. What else do I have in my inventory? I think I got rid of those wolf pelts. I did. And the only
I have
spells
a pistol.
Okay. And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stare at him over this and be like, "All right, how much price are you gonna take off now?" This has been maintained. I'm gonna hold the lever action. Maintained by me what's my dad's name? He's a famous gunsmith.
NT Senior. We'll just go by NT Senior because his name was similar to NT's name, but not actually NT's name.
This has been maintained by NT Senior from whatever my clan name is.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, and I'm going to hold up my gunsmith certification, has a large barrel, a very light trigger, and the smoothest action on this side of the Mississippi. And I'm going to do the Terminator reload where I whip the gun around because I can.
He offers his hand for the gun.
Hand it to him. Careful.
He takes it and he starts running the action. He mumbles to himself, "That is pretty smooth." And he holds the gun up and he dry fires it. That's a nice.
I'm going to flinch really hard. Just
Yeah, he begins working the action, working the reloading action and whatnot. He says, "Well, I'll do a 1-for-1 swap. This rifle for the shotgun."
I'll take the shotgun, and then however much ammo you can give me for this, I'm just going to push the scrap, like, not quite onto his feet, but, like, across the table, be like, "I don't want this anymore. It's heavy."
He leans over and grabs the scrap, but as he's leaning over, he kind of wiggles his finger for you to get closer to him. "I'll do you one better." He takes the scrap.
Dragon breath rounds?
You then see him pull out the bayonet for a 18. It's what, an 1897 is that model of a Winchester 1897 model, I think.
I think so.
You see him pretty much pull out a fucking short sword, and he clips it, like he secures it to the shotgun, lays it down for you, and then puts a box of 20 shells out on the table.
How much for 20 more?
20 gold.
Nuts. Flip him 20 gold.
He puts another box on.
Man, I'm getting poor. I only got 490 gold.
Oh, only 490.
Hey, it goes fast, especially when you buy ammo. I'm going to take the shotgun, the shells. Actually, I'm going to put one gold piece down and be like, "I need one more shell. Just one."
He grabs it. He opens up a box and grabs a shell and puts it down out for you.
This is
You're
for
not
the
putting. Oh my god! You're putting that in the flare gun.
this is for the flare gun. I'm gonna put everything into my trench coat pockets, grab my pack, the shotgun, hold it above my head, and sprint back to Inti. Be like, look what I got! Look what I got! Look what I got!
Inti,
Such a mean move. You just have this table full of shit, and you just start shoving everything in your pockets.
Hey, I'm excited.
yeah, your brother now has a brand new pump action shotgun
Oh my god.
with a sword attached to the front of it.
Jesus.
I'm gonna run up to the guys and be like, guys, you know what this is for?
Killing folks.
Rib cages.
Jesus.
Hey
So,
man, Marty has a screw loose, and he blew himself up, so you know it's loose. It's like stripped loose too, so where you can just put your finger on it and go wee.
Tightening that motherfucker.
Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway with this screw.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I work nights at the hospital. I'm kind of tired.
So yes, Marty is so proud of the shotgun that he bought. Inti, he's looking for your approval as a brother.
Like a Tusken Raider holding above my head.
You're muted. Inti, you're muted.
Wow. Inti does give his approval as the as the bouncing baby boy comes bounding up with his new toys. He also slides like as he's giving his approval, like, okay, that looks pretty nice. Let me take a look at it. He does reach forward and slide the flare gun over to Ket and like, you're gonna be the one who needs this more likely than me.
I'm just still holding it above my head. I'm gonna look at him and be like, "This is mine."
See, not have.
You gonna let him play with it for a minute?
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "I'll do you one better. Borrow it for the night, but this is mine." I'm gonna take the sword off. Let's go right here. Just gonna. Oh, I'm also gonna look over at Ket and hand him a singular shotgun shell and be like, "For the experiment."
You'll see Ket just grin ear to ear.
And the next time you see him, he's missing a hand. Anyway.
Hey, they'll hold up for at least one round.
If he does take the shot.
Okay, so now you guys are ready for tonight's festivities. Who is going beyond the wire?
What's a wire?
The outside. You're gonna go outside the camp.
Yeah, who's going out?
Oh, me?
Ket's going inside the camp, and he's staying outside the camp, like near the.
We're talking about the fortress. Who's going outside of the fortress? Whatever I mean by outside the wire. Morgrim is going as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna be left out. I'm gonna be taking control of the snipers. Dang it! All right, cool.
Or you could put that sword back on the shotgun and come with.
I'm gonna go find. So, you know what? That's my shotgun. Let's use a shotgun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What? Only thing we're sniping at is chest cavities. Right. Let's get it on. So I'm gonna let the sniper in on the plan of like, you see this flare go up, fire the mortar, and then back us up because it went loud.
The guy that you're talking to actually ends up being the team leader of the guys that you went out with last time. And after you're laying down the plan, he's all right. We'll be out. I would recommend getting at least like 6 hours of sleep after chow, though. So we're all bright eyed and bushy tailed for this little mission.
Will do. Oh, what's the damage on that shotgun?
It is
4d10.
No.
I had to try, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
This is going to be our first multi-die damage, though.
Let's go!
It is going to stay right alongside the Dungeon Master's Guide at being 2d8 piercing. But I am going to truncate its range. 30 feet short range, 60 feet long range. From 30 to 60, however, your sharpshooter... Well, no, it'll stay 30-90, but from 30 to 90, because it is a scatter gun, your sharpshooter will not affect.
Okay. So 30 feet to 90 feet.
30 feet to 90 feet, you will have to roll at disadvantage. Anywhere from 30 feet to 0 is roll as normal.
Okay.
Okay.
And then how much does the bayonet do?
The bayonet allows you to transform the weapon into a spear, which I believe if you use it...
It's like 1d6 or 1d4.
If you use it in one hand, it is 1d6 if memory serves. If you use it in two hands, it is 1d8.
I gotta piss real quick. I'm gonna mute myself, but I will still be able to hear.
Okay.
How about we take a quick break
let's take a quick break before we go out on this little mission here. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a little bit of a short break. It'll probably be like 5 seconds for y'all after I get done editing. But yeah, we'll be right back. Feel free to pause and do whatever. But please leave a like, subscribe, comment, all those things while we're in our little intermission. If you would, please help us out. We love you. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
A little strong there, huh?
3, 2, and 1, maybe? Possibly? Oh no! Discord combat. Oh, no, maybe. I don't know. I'm screwing it up. We'll get there eventually. That one. Done. There we go. Now I gotta blow this up a little bit.
Water buffalo.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, I think we're good.
You think?
I hope. Anyway, so you guys, it's around 3 in the morning. Excuse me. You guys set off from the fortress, begin heading toward the enemy line. Who is going to be going towards the water to poison the water supply? And who is going to be heading to the siege equipment to destroy the siege equipment?
I'll do that with Inti.
Okay, so we have the brothers rolling together, and then Morgan and Ket are rolling together. Got it. All right. So, if you would, please, Morgrim and Ket, go ahead and drop your tokens in on Owlbear. Coolness, coolness, coolness. All right. So, first off, how are you guys going to get past the picket line? Because you four are traveling together, heading towards the enemy line. How are you going to get past their defensive line?
Cast invisibility.
Oh, that works.
On yourself?
Can you cast that on someone else?
I believe you can.
Depends on the level, I know that.
By the way, you guys all have long rests under your belts as well. So
Woo!
there is that. Let us look up invisibility real quick. Inflict wounds. Invisibility. Okay. So it is a concentration spell, so you can't just cast it on one person, then another person, then another person. But When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot above 2nd level.
Mm.
Oh, cool. So if I cast it at 3rd level, then I can target 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Myself plus 1 other person.
Yes.
Cool. So, yeah, I guess it wouldn't make sense for one person in each group to be invisible. So I guess I'll just do me and Morgrim.
Okay, so Morgrim and you are invisible. What about the brothers? How are the brothers going to be getting past the picket line?
Disguise
I feel like
self.
they're creative enough; they'll figure it out.
So we have NT casting
Y'all
disguise self.
suck dick.
How are the chosen dressed?
Like Brandon.
No,
That's
not
not all of
necessarily.
them. It's not all of them.
Disguise self.
Page 233, top right corner.
Okay. So, what are you disguising yourself as?
Your mom.
I'm disguising myself as just another one of the champions out there. The followers of me, named Brandon. Forgot my fucking name there for a second.
So you're wanting to disguise yourself as one of like the big head honchos that y'all fought last time?
No, not one of the big head honchos. Nothing like that. Like I've been able to see, like as we're walking up, I can see these folks. One of like just normal uniform, not that high up, not bottom of the totem pole.
They appear to these guys who are out on this picket line, I guess we could say, they appear to be in kind of a hodgepodge of weapons and armor. Not necessarily like professional soldiers, unlike you guys. The striking thing about these guys is they honestly seem like bandits. They're dressed in rogue leathers with whatever weapons they can get a hold of.
Is there like any kind of symbol that's fairly common amongst them? That's like, hey,
They all bear the symbol of the chosen men, which is I have to dig up the description. Let me go to my D&D. Yeah, this is another reason why your dungeon master is a shitty dungeon master. He doesn't pull up his notes. So there's my GM screen, and Yeet. All right, so they all do bear a sigil. It's either painted on them or given to them as a pin or etched on their weapon somewhere on them. It appears to be some type of skull with an axe smashed into the head of said skull. Those that wear it as a pin, it is a metal skull with an axe looking like it's been smashed in, but you can see welding marks. If it's on a weapon, it's similar. It has like that metal skull medallion with a welded on skull. I mean, axe looking like it's embedded into a skull. But if it's painted on, it's just a skull with an axe in it.
That's NT would actually. I'll check one thing. If this doesn't work out, then NT is gonna use disguise self and just have it pretty much seem like he painted part of it on his actual gear.
Okay.
That.
What about you, Marty? How are you approaching?
Sneakily, very sneakily. I'm gonna take, because I still have my leather trench coat.
Uh-huh.
Never got rid of that. I'm gonna take that and put it over my plate carrier, and put it in a way so it disguises my plate carrier, so I don't look like a crow, but I'm still wearing it. And what's my dexterity at?
It should be like your highest stat, honestly.
How's my sleight of hand? +3.
What are you trying to do?
I was gonna see if I could maybe walk up to somebody and be like, I'm new to the group. I'm looking for the command tent. They sent some reinforcements. And then try to steal his pin. But I might just kill somebody. And,
Well, considering that you are coming from the enemy side, at least from their eyes. Excuse me.
bless you.
Thank you. Let me put on my notes.
Can I execute pounce on somebody that's not paying attention? Like a wandering guard or something that they're not expecting back? That'll give us at least 30 minutes. Don't shake your head at me, Morgan. You're the one that failed the stealth check. I saved us.
First off, let's see if you can hide in the grass.
Do I need to make a roll with this too?
If you were wanting to approach the situation as your brother is.
You're disguising yourself. Go. Oh, I'm gonna grab a empty bag. Go steal me a pin or a weapon or something. Somebody's not paying attention. These guys are stupid.
Hey, I'm gonna lure one out here, and then you ambush him. Okay?
Got it.
Got it.
I'm gonna like go to the shotgun and be like, shh. You have to stay quiet for a little while longer. Not this time, my pretty.
First off, Marty, give me your stealth check.
I hate it here. Get ready to go loud. Stealth.
I mean, there are two forms of stealth.
Well, I don't think nobody left alive is going to work right now.
Either
11.
you sneak past where no one notices, or there is no one to notice you sneaking past.
Well, boys, if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to go with persuasion. 11.
11. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
NT, you're going to try to lure one of them out. You are disguised. I'm assuming you have gotten rid of any crow markings and you have replaced them with chosen markings?
Yeah.
Okay, how are you approaching the situation?
Near us at the camp.
What was that?
How many guys are like, how many, can I see any guys around the camp?
For those of you watching, I have not actually set that up as far as the set the situation up as far as the battle map that y'all are seeing. So we're kind of using theater of the mind. So disregard the battle map as of right now. But NT, as you approach their line, you do see about four unscrupulous gentlemen, kind of squatted down in a foxhole, looking towards the fortress that you were approaching from.
Is there anybody that's like by themselves?
This specific position, they are all relatively together.
Okay. There's no other like I can't go back one more position and see anybody back there or anything?
So you want to kind of travel along the line and kind of get further away from your objective?
Yeah, not like that far. I mean, is it like 3 or 4 football fields to the next camp or anything like that, or is it like a bigger camp that's just along the edge of it?
This is a rather large camp considering the size of the force that is here. The The next position is about maybe 100 yards off to your right. And it has 3 people in it, huddled together. They appear to be having some small fire that they're trying to keep from going by.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how tough do these guys look?
So there is definitely a rather large person in here. He seems to be hogging the fire, kind of using his brawn against the other 2. There is one that looks to be an intellectual type. You can see the firelight glinting off of his glasses. And then there is another one who appears to be maybe a kid, 16, 17 years old. The rifle is probably about as big as he is. What you do notice is that there is a scope on this rifle.
Oh.
But yeah, he appears to he's watching toward the fortress, but you can honestly you see him looking back more and more towards the fire with a longing look on his face.
Okay, then so, you said he's looking back at the fire more and more?
Yeah, he appears to be paying attention more to the fire than he is to the fortress, but he is still, throwing glances up the fortress.
All right, can I walk up to him and ask him? I'd like to walk up to. Good evening. Anything coming out? Any news coming out of the fortress?
At first, whenever you say good evening, he points that rifle at you. I'm assuming you're just kind of approaching in a nonchalant manner.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to be there. Not, I'm not trying to. I'm supposed to be there. Yeah, I'm pretending. I'm performing a part. I'm assuming this will take a performance check.
He lowers the weapon ever so slight, and he says, "Where the fuck did you come from?"
I'll point out over towards the spot, not quite, or like not towards the fortress, kind of just like a little bit between the two, and like, man, I had to shit so bad, and them sons of bitches over on the other side of the camp can't stay out of the fucking latrine. I just decided I'd go handle what I needed to in the grass, man.
I do like that excuse. That's why I'm not going to have you roll for deception. That is an amazing excuse. So it's at that point he looks you up and down, then he pulls the rifle inside and he beckons you inside.
He puts the rifle aside and what?
He's beckoning you to come into the foxhole.
Ah, okay. Well then, yeah. So I want to. Well, I'll come up in the foxhole real quick.
The big gruff man says, "Who the fuck are you?"
Hold out a hand. Name's John. I work over on the other side of the camp. I haven't been over here near the ladders and the rams much. I mean, my boss don't let me out a whole lot, but he's over there shit faced drunk right now, and I already done told your other guy what I was doing over here, where I'm from.
They're fucking drinking over there?
Hell yeah. They have kegs and barrels. I saw at least 4 or 5 barrels of whiskey just by myself.
Those sons of bitches. He gets up and he begins walking out of the foxhole.
The big guy?
Yeah, the big guy. And then you see that intellectual type with the spectacles on. Man, I thought he'd never get away from the fire. And he inches himself closer to the fire and begins warming his hands up. Then he looks at you, Inti, and says, "How about you post up and watch the line for a minute so he can get warm?"
Yeah, that's fine. And so I'll be like, yeah, go ahead. And I pull out my hunting rifle and go ahead and head back up there. And
the kid, he picks up his rifle and he just says, "Thanks, man. I'm fucking freezing out here." And it's at this point now, Inti, as you're breathing out, you can see frost kind of coming out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. That's can I still see Marty?
In the darkness, no.
Even with dark vision?
He is out of your purview at the dark vision. Although we are going to come to Marty. Marty, you have been watching Inti approach this area, and his ruse has appeared to have worked. He, from what you have seen, and granted, this is more or less like you have a backdrop of light because of all the cook fires. He seems to have just been welcomed into this foxhole, right? A rather large man gets out of the foxhole, and he's honestly coming rather close to you, but he appears to be making a line over to the other side of the camp. If you're going to be taking anyone out, this is the time. Are you still going to try to keep up with the stealthy approach?
It's not time to go loud yet. We got things riding on this. I got to kill this dude quietly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a risky maneuver.
He doesn't appear to see you because I rolled like shit.
I didn't expect to make it this far, honestly.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Those of us that have been in the military use this maneuver on LTs that are getting us too lost on land nav. You come up behind them with your ACH and you just turn that dude into a turtle.
It's called turtle fucking. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, but with the sharp end of it. Yeah. No, it's a military joke. If you run out of ammo and all you have is your ACH, it makes a great improvised weapon.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What's an ACH?
Your helmet.
It's a helmet.
Oh,
That's
so you just fucking whop the shit out of him with the helmet.
Yep.
But instead of a helmet, it's a knife. Now, I do believe you have two weapon fighting, do you not?
I do. I have duelist, I think. No, yeah, 2-weapon fighting.
That bayonet that you have is
time out.
technically a short sword.
Hold on. I'm going to take the short sword and the knife, and I am going to rise up from behind this man like Batman coming up behind the Joker, swing it into his neck with one hand, and take the other one and jam it directly into the front of his throat. No, you know what? We're going to do something different. I'm going to take the sword, I'm going to jam it into the side of his neck, and I'm going to take the knife and jam it into his back, and then just whop him onto the ground.
All right. Go
Is
ahead.
that a blender?
Go ahead and technically you would have 3 attacks, all of which are at advantage.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so that one's a 13. Does a 13 hit? That is a 13, yeah. 13.
At advantage.
Oh. That's an 8. So, yep, 13. 12. Oh, no. 13. Oh, no.
Go ahead and give me your last attack.
Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, so 13.
That last attack is
that
at
an advantage
too.
Yeah, well, I rolled the same number twice. So that is 14, 18, and 18. 14, 18, and 18.
They will all hit. One of them barely hits.
I don't want to talk about it. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. I can't remember what my knife does, but my bayonet does
1d6. Both of them do 1d6.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my 1d6 out of my little dice thingy.
That's it. My knife says 1d4 plus 3. If that helps.
Yeah, you don't have a long knife like he does.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Roll it all.
I did.
How much is the damage total?
Total?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to laugh. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
6. I rolled a 4 and 2 1s.
And you also have modifiers to those as well.
There's no modifier that I know of on the
Because
bayonet.
because it is a short sword, technically both of them are short swords, they have the finesse property. So you can use your dexterity modifier for your damage modifier.
9 total. Actually, no, it's because it's 9 per, or it's 3 per.
Mm-hmm.
So it's plus 9. That's 15.
15. He is still alive. He has yelped before you stuck a knife into his fucking windpipe.
Technically, it's a critical hit.
And no one is hearing it. He's trying to fight back, though, considering that you kind of threw him down to the ground. I'm going to say that he was automatically grappled. So go ahead and roll me an opposed grapple check. You have to use athletics.
You know, I said these dice were a little bit nicer to me than the ones you sold me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. Athletics, 10.
He is getting you off of him. So now you need to give him the 3-punch combo again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do what's called the panic move. So I'm going to drop my knife, take the bayonet in both hands, and then just proceed to go.
I would not drop the knife if I were you. You'll be losing out on an attack.
Uh-oh. Well, that one's a 14. That's with modifier.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're not dropping the knife then. That one's 10. And I proceed to stab myself in the foot.
You rolled a nat 1?
Yeah. You're going to laugh.
You do get to hit, you do hit once. Go ahead and roll the damage for that guy, and hopefully it's high enough.
7.
That is high enough. So,
Yeah.
so I guess cinematically it would be you dropping the long knife and then tackling him down to the ground, and then, have you seen the whole Saving Private Ryan scene where, German is shoving knife into soldier's chest? That's what you do. And he goes quietly, choking on his own blood.
How much damage do I do to myself, by the way? Oh, hey, I have full health.
Technically, those other two, because you killed him in that one strike, did not take effect. I am a benevolent god right now. Do not test me. Anyway.
But he's having too much fun to fuck us.
I'm stealing his pin.
Okay, so you're taking what you need from him. We're going to...
What does he have on him, by the way?
Honestly, the only thing that he has of note is he has a knife, a normal knife. He appears to have forgotten his weapon, which served him very, very badly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the luckiest man alive. I am known as the Chad in this group. I will roll good once per session, and apparently it happened right at the beginning. It's only downhill from here.
We're gearing up for a whole ass combat scene, and he rolls a nat 20 to check the color of the grass.
Anyway, we're going to come over to Ket and Morgrim. You guys are able to get past without being seen.
Fuck yeah, we are.
And now I would like you guys to refer to the map. There are 4 water buffaloes. Several of these men are coming over and filling up their canteens and whatnot here. You can hear the quiet chit chatter between soldiers talking about whatever they decide to talk about, be it women, plunder, the war, what have you. But as you are approaching, yes, this is a watering hole, so it's them getting water.
So
You are invisible though, so
but can I see Ket?
no.
Do I know where Ket is around me?
Well, hell, I was gonna say we can't really see each other. I would assume that we would be attempting to stick together as well as we can without being able to fucking see each other. Maybe we should like hold hands or something.
I'll hold my pocket.
Technically, Cat could be like, "No, you hold my pocket because we're fucking invisible because of me, homie."
So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna grab onto him and pull him in the direction of this water buffalo first.
That one? Okay.
This one, yes. Yes, I think this one is a good one to start with.
Okay, so you guys are making your way towards that water buffalo. I will need some stealth checks, but because you're invisible, they're at advantage and they are at disadvantage.
Woo!
I'm rolling high.
21.
21. What was yours?
Gonna be a 15.
A 15. Again, stealth is not your strongest suit, Morgan. It's
No.
the power of God and enemy on your side. So, Morgrim, you end up, you're trying to be as quiet as possible, but there are looks from these unscrupulous gentlemen over here as they are walking this way towards the buffaloes. They are looking off in y'all's direction, being like, "What the fuck is going on over there?" Yeah, one of them actually does kind of veer off. What do you do?
Skirt to the side.
Give me another stealth check. I'm not going to force Ket to give me a stealth check because Ket was the one that screwed up. It's all
Gonna be an 18. It's an 18.
So as you guys are skirting off this way, he does come to the point where you guys were, and he looks around.
Fuck that guy.
Then he just walks back towards Buffalo. As you guys get here, he is walking back this way. These guys come over, and you hear one of the guys already at the Buffalo. "Hey, Jim, how's it going?" "Ah, fuck off, you piece of shit. The hell do you want?" "Oh, it's another lovely evening here in this fucking godforsaken land." And they appear to be gossiping over here.
All right. So I'm gonna approach this buffalo.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sprinkle about a fourth of my little vial into the water.
So you are familiar with what a water buffalo is, right?
It's a big tank, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like the thing that the farmers use to carry irrigation water, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
For my redneck country ass brain, yes.
So you are going to have to open up the top of this tank in order to sprinkle the contents of your vial into this tank.
Awesome. I'm assuming.
How are you going to achieve this in a stealthy manner?
It's made out of metal, you said?
Yes.
and describe what it is I have to open.
So it is a metal tank. At the top of the tank, there is a circular lid, maybe about a foot in diameter.
Mhm.
What you have to do is you have to twist it off, pull it off, sprinkle the contents, and then at the very least put it back on top. If not, screw it down. If you want to be extra.
How tall are they?
I have to lift it off completely.
They are about, I want to say 8 feet tall. That is about right, Baker? You've been out in the field before. Water buffaloes are about 8 feet tall. You
The
can climb
buffalo
on
or the no, that's the elephant or the bison or whatever. Buffalo, like 6.5. They're not that tall. You're talking about the little ones, right? You're talking about the big ones that go on the PLSs.
I'm talking about the big ones that go on the.
Oh, those? Yeah, it's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cool.
That's
So
not on the trailer.
once you get up there, you'll be completely out of line of sight of anyone. You would just have to be quiet.
Which again, we've gone over this. That's not Margrim's purview.
All right. Well, I guess I'll. Now I don't have to lift it completely off. I just have to lift it enough to get that vial under in there.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna shimmy my way up there.
Go ahead and give me another stealth check at advantage.
How does a 22 do?
Well, they rolled a natural 1. So the two down on the ground as you were climbing up, you hear them talking amongst themselves, and one of them says, "Oh yeah, I tried the backdoor stuff with my old lady before I came out here." The other guy goes, well, how did it go? Well, I didn't like it. What? Why? Well, my ass hurt afterward.
My God. Yep.
Those
So I'm
two-
gonna.
Those two were talking amongst themselves because the other guy's saying, "What the fuck? Dude, you're fucking weird. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm not weird, though."
How many bolts do I need to unscrew?
It's not a bolt. It's just one lid.
Okay. So I'm gonna lift the lid just enough so I can slide my hand with that vial.
You're gonna have to turn the lid, though.
Ah, fuck me.
And considering that you're invisible, this will be done normally.
What do you mean it will be done normally?
It won't be at
not
advantage
done.
like he was. The advantage from invisibility and the disadvantage that it's going to be with scraping metal on metal to open will cancel each other out. He'll roll his stealth check as normal.
Trying to see. Damn, I must not have put my equipment on this sheet. That's fine.
That's your own dumb fault.
Wait, what am I? Fuck. Hang on.
If something is rusty, or just overall dirty to the point where it doesn't work like it's supposed to, and you cast mending on it, would that fix it?
He would be dropping the invisibility, though.
True.
Technically, I could be a dick and say that opening this thing would be an action, but I'm not going to be like that.
I was gonna say that, but I wasn't gonna be the asshole to bring it to your attention if you hadn't thought of it already.
Oh no, I thought of it already. I'm trying to be nice, though.
Prestidigitation allows you to make a harmless sensory effect.
Yes, but in order to cast that, it would be an action and it would drop that invisibility.
Why would it be me? I'm not holding the invisibility. Ket's the one who's concentrating.
Okay, so let me open up the book. Because rules is written, if you are invisible and you do an action, the invisibility will drop. As rules is written.
Yeah, there's a difference between holding the concentration of the spell and an action affecting the spell.
The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
And a cantrip counts as a spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. I can't use a spell slot for it. Anyway.
Nope. Got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Actually, no. Rules is written. I can't force y'all to drop invisibility for turning this thing because it's specifically only on an attack or casting a spell.
And see, I thought it was. I
thought it was by action too.
I thought it was anytime you interact with an object.
Apparently not. Not according to the rules of the spell.
That changes everything.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to roll it to fucking get this lid open without alerting anybody.
Give me a straight roll for stealth.
Okay, I think I could deal with that. Get my modifier. Still. I've used this enough, you would think I'd know it already. Okay. It's a 16, man. Don't hurt me. Don't you fucking
Twist
hurt
the
me.
lid. You hear a screech. And the second you hear the screech, you stop and you look at those guys. Dude, seriously, why would you let her do that to you? Are you even a man? You turn the lid even more. There's another screech. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not weird. I only did it once. You're able to get the lid off.
Alright. Just 1/4 of that little vial. And close it. I'm not gonna turn it. I'm gonna set it the fuck down.
Kind of nicely seated in place.
Very quietly, slowly.
You hear the of the vial. They're continuing to talk. You sprinkle it in. Even though you wouldn't be able to tell what a fourth is or isn't because you can't see it. But
I mean, I can guess by the weight.
Yeah, you sprinkle a little bit in. You close it and it thuds down, but they're still talking away. And you were able to climb off this water buffalo. Inti! You are in this foxhole with two of these chosen men. And they're talking amongst themselves. One of them says, "Man, this shit's bullshit. They just throw us at the walls up there. And hell, we lost Billy and Joe Riley this past attack, man. I don't know if I can handle this shit anymore." The kid says, "Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I'm honestly," and then he looks at you, kind of looks over his shoulder at you, and then he leans in to his friend, the intellectual. Are you going to try to listen in on their conversation?
Yeah, but not so much so that it's obvious. I mean, if I'd have to make it obvious, then I'd
Give me a
rather
perception
keep my
check.
Perception. Oh, I think I'm actually decent at these.
Yes or no, god damn it.
That is 22.
The kid says to the intellectual, I think in the next shift change, we ought to just make a run for it."
Did the intellectual say anything back?
You kind of look over slyly.
No, I just want to hear,
you don't hear a reply. You would have to kind of look to see what's going on. Do you want to look to see what's going on? Kind of out the corner of your eye.
Just the corner of my eye. still keeping my head kind of up, like I'm still looking around.
You see the guy with the spectacles. He just looks at him, and you see him slightly nod his head yes.
All right. Let's see. I'll go even. Let's see. Even it is. Okay. So hearing that, I'm gonna duck my head back down into the foxhole and keeping my voice low. If you two gonna talk like that, y'all really ought to work on how loud you speak. Like not showing any aggression or anything, but just like I heard that.
The kid he looks at you, and you see him gripping his gun. We gonna have a
Easy.
problem?
I might be able to help you out.
He doesn't relax, but he inquires as to how.
Just stay in here, and when you see stuff going, or when things start happening, follow me.
It's at that point that the kid he turns his head and he says, "Who are you, mister?"
You do as you're told. Won't get thrown at no more walls like this, and you'll have a brave put in a good word for you. Can I roll a persuasion check to help?
That's ballsy.
You may roll a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage since I caught them talking about it?
No. You just let the enemy know, who have lost friends in this fight, who you are. So no.
Fine. 23.
You see him go to lift up his rifle, and the guy in the spectacles puts his hand on his friend's rifle and lowers it. We don't want to go in the fortress. We just want to go our own way.
That's fine. Only thing I need you two to do, stay right here, and you will know when it's safe to run. I won't tell nobody where y'all went. Y'all don't mess with the crows. Deal? And I'll hold out a hand.
Marty.
Like check.
Go for Marty.
After you have taken what you need off of this guy, are you going to go to the same foxhole that your brother went to?
Yes. But I'm going to stand, like, back behind those other guys, like, in the darkness where I can't be seen. I'm not necessarily being stealthy, but to them it would just look like another chosen is just kind of off behind them.
Well, you see them talking together, and you see Inti, he draws close to them. And Inti's talking. Are you going to go up and eavesdrop?
I might creep forward a little bit.
You catch the ass end of Inti's conversation. Of, you guys sit tight and do what you're told. You might have a brave speak on your behalf or something of that nature. Then you see that exchange where Inti almost gets a rifle on the face, but the guy in the spectacles puts his hand on his friend's weapon. And it's at that point Inti offers his hand in a deal. Are you still watching?
Just being quiet. Just hanging.
The kid looks over at the guy with the spectacles. The guy in the spectacles looks over at the kid, and he just gives him a nod. And the kid takes his hand. He's still holding his rifle, but takes his hand off of like the action. Offers this out to you, Inti. Do you shake?
one hard check.
You shake hands with the kid, the intellectual guy. He shakes hands with you. You're seeing this happen, Marty. Are you going to make your presence known now?
No. Staying quiet. The less they know, the better.
Inti, you look up and you just you barely see the glint of the firelight reflecting off of Marty's eyes.
Mm-hmm. And I just nod, like not facing him, not looking at him, but like I'm still agreeing with them. Like I turned a little bit that way. If he's paying attention, he'd likely realize, hey, look, I see you. I got eyes on you. Trust me.
So Inti is recognizing where you are, Marty.
Well,
And now we're just
I will preface
waiting
this
on.
at this point: the bayonet is back on the shotgun, and I'm holding it.
Are you gonna hop into this foxhole and converse with your brother on the next moves?
No, I'm waiting for him. I'm gonna follow him, but I don't want these guys to necessarily know I'm here.
Okay. So Inti, what are you doing now?
And he's gonna go back to pretty much seeming like he's regular guard duty. He's waiting for the two inside the camp to. He's waiting for shit to start exploding, to start hearing yelling, or them two to come out like, "What the fuck? Why ain't you done yet?"
All right. Speaking of the others, Ket, what are you doing?
Well, I was watching nervously as Morgrim did his thing. And when he's done, then I guess we will attempt to head down to the one just below the one where he's at.
The busy one?
No, the one to the left. Excuse me.
Left. Okay. So you guys kind of walk in between. The talking and gossiping allows you guys to kind of slip in unnoticed. Just give me a stealth check. I'll roll a disadvantage. Okay.
23.
Yeah, you're able to poison this one as well, so let me mark which ones have been poisoned. Okay. You two want to split up and get the other two?
Yeah, might as well.
You gonna go to the right and Morgrim to the left?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys roll me your stealth checks.
21.
Morgrim.
19. Oh wait, I only rolled one die. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 19.
Yeah, you guys only are able to roll one because again the creakiness.
Oh yeah.
They are all poisoned, and you guys appear to not be seen quite yet.
Yes.
How are you going to exfil?
Very carefully.
No shit.
We go this way.
You guys are going to go further in.
We'll go further in, and then make a big loop.
All right. You guys are able to exfiltrate. This takes you guys 30 minutes to do because you're trying to be ever so quiet, and you're kind of walking around people who are, kind of intermingling around here.
Look,
Try not to bump into anybody or anything like that.
I'm
Sleepy
just
John.
trying not to get killed.
But you
I feel
guys
like
are you guys are headed back to safety unless you want to roll back over to the position that NT and Marty are at.
Yeah, that seems to be the safest spot to be from the big booms.
Alrighty, so let's switch over to this one. All right. So, how are you going to let NT know that you guys are done?
I will cast message.
Ooh.
You're going to drop your invisibility.
Once we're out of the line of sight of everyone.
So, as you guys are walking over, you're just casting message to NT whenever you get close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you saying in the message?
Hey, we done.
Send it.
NT, you do get to reply. You do get to reply to Ket sending you a message of them being done.
What?
All right, then I'm going to. Can it just be mentally, or do I have to say it for it to go to the message?
No, it's mental.
No, it's whisper.
Mental.
You have to whisper it.
I have to whisper it. Okay, and I whisper. I whisper. All right, I got. We have 2 deserters that just want to get out of the camp. I haven't placed any of the charges. Are y'all out of the camp? Y'all are out of the camp. I will. I'll go ahead and start blowing shit up.
The others in this foxhole hear what you're saying, NT.
Huh?
The others in this foxhole hear what you're. You're talking to her. But yeah, the others in this foxhole hear what you're saying, NT, and they just start giving each other looks.
Get ready. I would run closer to the fort than to this camp if I were you, even if you're not going to the fort. And then, so on this map, is this about where I am? Like about where am
No,
I?
you're gonna start your mission up
Way up
here,
there. Okay.
and I'm assuming Marty is going with.
Okay, and so are all of these also people here?
All the crossed swords are people. All the eyeballs are your objective. The smaller eyeballs over here are ladders that are being made. Then there is a large pile of ladders that are just kind of piled up. And then the battering ram is being tended to people. You see that they appear to be greasing axles and whatnot.
Okay. One sec. I'm gonna need to book this.
Best part about hanging out in the hot tub is I don't have to go anywhere to pee.
I didn't need to know that. Neither did the viewers. We didn't need to know this.
I didn't say I was peeing. I didn't say I peed. I just said it was a plus.
Yeah, but it was implied. Auntie, what are you doing?
Contemplating life at the moment.
So how many grenades did each of us get?
I'm gonna say you got 5, and Marty has 5.
Okay. And Marty is over there beside me, so he's within earshot now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to look at Marty and say, all right, if you can go knock out the ones that they're building, I think I might have a plan to get rid of that pile of ladders. Then we just bomb the shit out of that ram. Sound like a plan?
Are we going loud? So just pitch grenades, or we trying to be stealthy about it?
Get as close as you can, but once you go loud, don't go back to that fortress with any grenades left.
All right.
When we go loud, the people on the other side of the fort need to know.
So this is like, okay, so there's definitely a stark contrast in this group. You have 2 people who are willing to be sneaky and don't necessarily do brave things unless brave things must happen. And then you have 2 people who are related in some way who definitely have the same mindset of I guess moons out, goons out is a very
But
apt description.
Hey, look, we were at least polite enough to let the folks that were inside the camp get out before we went and set shit on fire. We're planning on. Inky's at least planning on hauling ass as soon as this is done. He ain't planning around to sit there and roast no marshmallows and weenies. None of that.
Okay,
Blow
so
it up. Get
Marty, how are you approaching this situation?
Okay. So, which way to edge of camp? Okay, I'm gonna just move my guy over here because I'm gonna be heading this way anyways. That one. Which way to edge of camp? Like this way, over
The
here.
enemy camp proper is this way.
So this way, right? That's towards edge of camp. Like out in the darkness, there's like trees and grass and things out there.
Let me move this. You can assume that in this direction is the center of the camp. You are technically on the edge. Still. But you were in a spot where once you go loud, reinforcements are definitely coming your way quickly.
I'm trying to deceive these guys. All right, I got an idea. I think. No, I don't.
Okay, we're gonna go to Inti since this is
go
Inti's
ahead.
idea. Inti, how are you approaching this situation?
just slowly, or not slowly, just like casually start walking towards the south side of that pile of ladders. How far can we throw the grenade?
20 feet.
20 feet. And
but you being an artificer, I would definitely try to investigate these things before you.
The grenades or the artillery or
your objective. I would definitely try to investigate this objective before you do anything.
Okay, well, so I got 35 movement speed, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, roughly.
I'll go ahead and place you like right here since you were going to be heading this way.
Okay.
We're not in combat right now, Indy, so I think movement speed does not apply, right?
It doesn't apply until I put you guys in initiative. At least that's how I'm rolling it right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's... All right, then what I want to do is... Am I close enough to make an investigation check on those yet, or not?
You can on the ladders. If that's where you want to be, you can on the ladders.
And that's nobody's seeming like pissed off, like calling me out or nothing.
These guys are just giving a once over on the ladders, making sure they're up to snuff, possibly dropping another ladder on the pile. Before you do this this investigation check, I do want you to roll a deception check. See if you can hide your true intentions.
13.
You are able to make it look like you're giving the ladders a once over. Wow, I am rolling like shit tonight. That means tomorrow night it's going to be rolling like a fucking G.
Oh, thank God. I have an idea.
Oh, wait, no, tomorrow night. Yeah, no, that would be good. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can still use that. Okay. So...
Investigation.
Now I need to check. Investigation. Yeah. That's an 8 on the die. So 11.
You reckon you're probably going to need 4 grenades to destroy this pile.
Need what?
4 grenades to destroy this pile. They appear to be pretty well made to you.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything with that now. But I can go ahead and start moving over towards the battering ram now.
Yeah, you can. Give me another deception check at disadvantage because you notice that these guys are all dressed similarly. Crew
Oh, they're all
cuts,
dressed similar. Okay.
plate carriers.
18. Don't be too bad. Don't be too bad. And a 12. Deception, right?
Yep.
Is it deception check? Okay, so then yeah, 12 at disadvantage.
The 2 that you approach are looking at you, and you can definitely tell that they know you don't belong here. One of them actually challenges you. The fuck you think you're doing here?
Not much. I was just seeing if y'all needed any help.
We don't
If
need your
y'all need
fucking
any more-
help. We don't need your fucking help. Go ahead and go on somewhere.
I just nod and step back then. Start
I
walking back
will
towards.
allow you to make an investigation check at disadvantage just to give like an outside cursory inspection.
Okay, that's a 19. Got what we got here. 16 is lower than 19. Investigation.
That's how counting
still
works. Yes.
What was your investigation check?
Rolled a 16, 19 plus 3, 19.
So 19. The battering ram from the outset, it looks like it is able to withstand a lot of punishment from the outside. In order to destroy it, you would have to throw what you would guess is 5 grenades on the inside of that battering ram to even come close to disabling it.
Okay. Well, actually, am I still about in that same spot right there?
We'll say that you moved off to about here.
Okay. So, 10-foot radius. Radius is half, so that's a 20-foot sphere, or 20-foot diameter sphere.
No,
centered on.
the actual explosion is going to affect 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm not looking at that actual explosion. A non-magical object isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. Using a spell slot of 3rd or higher, damage increased by 1d8 for each slot above 2nd. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to cast. Artificer spells. They default cast as level 1. Right? Like
It depends on the spell.
Shatter.
Shatter?
Yes. It's on page 275 for player handbook, and I don't have it wrote. I don't know which fucking page is on there.
That would be a 2nd level spell if memory serves.
That would be a 2nd level spell. So I couldn't use a 3rd level spell slot on it.
You can.
I can. Okay, so then
If you have a 3rd level spell slot, which
I thought we got rid of the spell slot. So
you can't cast 3rd level spells. You can
okay,
only
I got
cast
you.
2nd level.
Okay, well done. In that case, I am going to cast Shatter
At 2nd
on.
level?
Yes, at second level. Where's the?
Inty's fucking starting this shit off right, boyo.
I want to pretty much put it right here where it gets the pile of ladders and all 4 of these guys.
Okay,
Can
so
I do that?
I don't
10-foot
think
radius.
I don't think shatter is going to affect the ladders.
It's a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area.
Let me double check that.
275. Starting to feel more awake more than anything now. Yep.
What happens when you go to fucking shit up?
All right, yeah. Go ahead. And I need to give you a con save, right?
I
Each
haven't
creature
done anything yet.
centered on that point must make a con save throw. Yeah. And like I said,
Pass. Definite fail. Will a 12 pass?
no.
Okay, so 2 pass, 2 fail. So you go
Fail.
ahead and roll your damage. At the same time, Marty, you said that you were going to go down here. How are you handling this situation?
I'm going to stand right there and stick a cigarette in my mouth. Light it up. Basically, just kind of like look at the ladders like I'm bored and I just got off duty or something like that.
One of the guys, he looks up as you're lighting your cigarette. Hey, you mind if I get one of those?
Yeah, man, go to town. I'm going to pull just one out of my pocket and just flip it to him, pass it to him, something.
Yeah, you pass it to him. He takes it, puts it in his mouth. You know, he asks to bum your lighter off of you real quick.
Yeah, pass him a box of matches.
Yeah, so he strikes a match. He lights it. Hands the rest of the matches over to you. He says, "Thanks, man.
No problem.
This is fucking cold."
We're just gonna leave. We're just gonna leave it there because I have nothing to say about this. It's gonna just sit there. We're gonna smoke a joke for a second. I'm just kind of. So how's ladder duty treating you?
I'm telling you, dude. These fucking ladders, we're gonna get gunned down anyway. I have no idea why the fuck we're making these.
Not the worst idea. Worst part's gonna be the cliffs. That's the culling ground right there. Ugh.
Exactly.
Saw something like that when I was a mercenary out in, I think they used to call it California.
Oh, damn, you've come a long way.
Farther than some, not as far as the Braves. Those guys are very well traveled, so I've heard.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got a timeout. Austin, are you drinking pickle juice out of the jar?
Dude, you're just now noticing that?
Dog.
I've been admiring this man the entire session. Not only has he been taking sips out of this pickle jar, but it's still got the fork in it from where he finished the pickles.
That's how you lose an eye. I watched a grown man and his son fight over who got to drink the pickle juice out of a jar. That's like you're gonna jab yourself in the eye. I promise you. I've done it. Been there. I'm not an intelligent man.
Austin, go fuck off. All right. You know I hate pickles. Fuck off with your dumb self. Anyway.
Jealous, because I've been cramping up pretty bad lately. I need to just sit down and drink a jar of pickle juice.
No, just I don't want to hear the name pickle. Anyway.
Pickles.
One more pickle out of you, and I'm rolling 2d10 thunder damage.
Alright. I'll wait till tomorrow night.
You really make it mad. He's gonna roll 2d20 thunder damage after the 2d10.
No, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow and pull a fuzzy out of my bag of tricks, and whatever creature it turns into, his name will be Pickles.
All right, moving on.
Oh, damn it. I said it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You take 10 thunder damage. Anyway. So yeah, you're smoking and joking with these guys. Are you looking
I'm just
over
gonna
your
be like kind
are
of
you-
slyly, just kind of checking out the ladders. I know NT's behind me, checking out the ladders and the battering ram and stuff like that.
Are you gonna be looking over your shoulder to see what NT does?
No, I'm just
Okay.
until I hear it go loud.
So what else are you saying to these guys that you're about to murder?
I don't know. Don't. What did they say? What did they say first? I can't remember. I got distracted by the pickles. Something about California cliffs and things.
Yeah, he mentioned that wow, you've come a long way, and he mentioned something about the Braves being well traveled. Braves? Who the fuck are the Braves?
No, I said crows. I said crows.
No, you said
Specifically
Braves.
said no. I specifically said crows.
I heard Braves.
I said crows.
Brandon, what did you hear? Don't lie to me.
What I heard and what I want to say ain't the same because I did hear Brave.
Oh, okay.
Braves? Who the fuck are the Braves?
You didn't know? First rule of warfare, man. Know your enemy. They got something similar to the. They got something similar to the crows, I think is what their proper name is out here, out in California. I think they came from the. Oh, I can't remember what tribe they originated out of. Old Indians and stuff like that. Just a bunch of guys in armored vehicles running around taking money.
Yeah, well, hopefully at some point we get to live long enough to spend some of that money that they have.
Hopefully, it's why I'm here.
It's at that point you hear from behind you, who the fuck are you? NT being challenged.
I'm going to kind of like whip around, look at that guy, be like, did you guys see him walk up?
Nah. And the guy puts a cigarette in his mouth and he's just kind of, meerkatting around looking at NT. NT diffuses the situation. He goes back over to. He appears to be doing something with a pile of ladders. That dude's fucking weird. He should know not to mess with the like Brandon's chosen, dude.
Brandon's chosen?
Really?
I say path because every leader has his lieutenants. And normally they're one of two things. Brandon either owes them a favor or they just happen to be good at what they do.
Well, I tend to think that they're the latter. And that's at that point that NT goes loud. You hear
loud, ringing, intense.
And you see, and NT, how do you manifest this magic using your artificer? Because you don't actually use magic. So, and you're also using your armor as your spellcasting focus. So what does your armor do to do this?
Pretty much what happens is a sonic, like a mix between like a sonic boom and like a fireball just shoots out initially from the palm on one of his gauntlets, and he aims it down at the base, at the base of the ladders, and everything just and takes 15 points of damage. Like a bomb 15. Was set up underneath it. Yes, 15. Because it is.
Yeah, so the you can definitely tell that a couple of them are bleeding. The other two, they've. What's up?
Would I need to add my spell attack bonus?
No. It's only the dice. It's only the dice.
Only that's what I was thinking. Okay, cool. All right, then yeah.
I'm going to immediately yell, "Incoming! Mortars!" Having grabbed my shotgun and lifted it up, and I'm pointing it over here, And I'm gonna yell, "There's two! There's two!"
Give me a deception check.
Deceive Dienda. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, Warren. Please continue rolling like garbage because I rolled a 7 and I don't have a modifier.
You're not that lucky, and you know it.
Yeah, I know. Not with these dice. Uh-oh.
So, what you do definitely causes some chaos because half of these guys look at you like you're crazy. The other half are actually pointing weapons off in that direction and actually shooting off in that direction. The guys over by Inti, they immediately train weapons on Inti and begin firing.
Sorry, Auntie. I'm trying, buddy.
You good?
I know for a fact one of those is going to hit. Because that is a 22 to hit on that one. An unnatural 20 on that one. And the highest of the other two is a 17.
17 doesn't hit.
Okay. So you only get hit twice. Seven points for the first one, 10 points for the second one, so 17 points total.
Okay.
For my combat action, I would like to toss a grenade carefully so that the guys that are shooting don't see me. Just right in the center of these guys. Yell, "Grenade, get down." And then I'm just going to dive this way as far as I can go.
Okay.
Apparently I have to pay for blowing myself up.
Okay. Just give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Oh. 15.
You were able to dive off here, well out of the range of the explosion, and it explodes.
Killing all 6 dudes. Killing all 6 dudes. Killing
No.
all 6 dudes.
No,
Killing all 6. Nope. Killing all 6 dudes. Killing all.
NT, you've got to start throwing grenades now.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I want to throw all 5 of them underneath the battering ram.
So you're going to run over here, pretty much do a ripcord type thing on a belt of grenades and just toss it in the battering ram.
Only works in the movies,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. And apparently in D&D.
And then immediately haul as much ass as humanly possible.
All right, so it's at this point we're going to need some initiatives real quick.
So wait, that wouldn't work in real life?
So grenades, you have to twist. Not only do you have to twist the pin to pull it, there's also a safety clip. So it's literally the dumbest thing ever.
Sweep,
to pull a grenade,
twist, pull,
you gotta.
throw.
Well, they teach you in basic. It's really dumb, but you gotta sweep a clip off the grenade first before you can even pull the pin. Keeps the spoon from accidentally going off. They don't have that safety on flashbangs, by the way. So if your flashbang is loose, you can accidentally set it off.
Yeah.
I have a story about that.
So that's why when you see grenades hanging, they're literally hanging from the ring because it can't just randomly pull out.
Those guys are idiots, but technically you could do that.
I don't fucking know. That's why I ask.
Really, what you do is you'll sweep that little clip off, then you'll take electrical tape, and you'll tape the pin down to the grenade head. So that way, whenever you are actually about to deploy the grenade, you rip that tape off, twist, pull, throw. Infantry type shit. What up? Anyway, give me some of them their initiatives.
That's a 20.
My dice did not roll correctly. I apologize. Unnatural 20? Because I'm pretty sure my initiative is +8. Yep, it is.
So Marty
Your initiative's a plus what?
8.
What is NT?
14.
14.
Ow.
How? I have a special feat, and my dexterity is pretty high. If you can, you take alert feat at a low level, and then your initiative is always going to be decently high. Unless you roll a nat 1, and then it's just whatever. But I did roll a nat 1 on an initiative where I had a negative modifier to my initiative. So my initiative was technically 0. But you can't do that, so I just had a 1.
All right, so top of the round with the explosions going off. Marty ends up destroying his objective, but only wounds these guys. They're not dead. NT, your grenades go off, and it blows that battering ram to pieces.
Well, would I have not been able to back the hell up some too by the time I threw them? Would I still be right there? Because then wouldn't I get damaged too?
Well, then
Shouldn't have said anything.
If you're gonna be moving away, I gotta do a attack of opportunity on you.
Okay. And also, I wanted to ask if the pile of ladders was destroyed with my shatter earlier.
No, it still needs some love and attention.
Well,
that's a 21 to hit.
that'll do.
It is only a bayoneted weapon, so let's go ahead and, well, that's full damage. 10 points of damage.
And you don't go down, buddy. There's no saving you if you do. I can't take all these guys.
Oof.
You're
Get the ladders, bro. Get the ladders.
Marty Robbins is about to turn into John Wayne.
Yes.
I will say on the
Is
plus
this
side,
you,
though,
John Wayne?
whenever the grenades go off, whenever it blows up that battering ram, I'm also going to say that those guys are going to take 5 grenades to the fucking face. So
I'm just saying they're just dead.
Let's make sure they're dead. I'm rolling low. Well, that was pretty high. Well, that was really fucking high.
It's 5 grenades. Just what is half damage for 5 grenades?
All but that guy is dead. And we're going to say that that's blown up. Then we're going to move these. Marty? Well, no. Hold on a second. Is it Marty? It is Marty. Yeah. Marty, what are you doing?
Did I see NT go down?
Yes.
Oh, no. Wait, wouldn't these guys be, like, really messed up, too?
They are.
2 of them are.
Actually,
What is that, 20-foot diameter, 10-foot radius?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll another con for them. Before NT loses concentration by taking a dirt nap. Go ahead and roll some more damage there, NT.
Huh?
Go ahead and roll some more damage there for the shatter before it goes away.
Okay. Well, does it go away? That's
Goes away if you die.
Well, it's not concentration. It's instantaneous.
Oh, so it only happened once?
Yeah, it only happened once.
I thought it was a concentration.
I was going to do it again, but I mean, yeah, I only did it the once.
I was going to do it again.
Let's be real here.
Let's make sure, because I don't want to Chop your legs out from underneath you. Oh no, it is instantaneous. Never mind.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have opened your mouth, Inti.
I am nothing if not honest.
So, Marty, what are you doing?
Praying and getting ready to die. I'm just going to cause chaos. For both attack rolls, I'm going to throw one grenade back into this little group of 6, and then one grenade back over here and pray to God. Also, while screaming, the Braves are attacking and pointing in random directions, like off to the left, or they're in the grass, or they're in the trees. The trees are speaking Sioux or Vietnamese or whatever.
All right, so I'm going to say for brevity, because we are actually like way past time here, and I want to give one more little tidbit. I'm going to kill those guys off just because I'm a nice guy.
Oh, then all the grenades are going right here, both of them, both 80s.
No. That was one grenade. After you chunk that grenade, so your other grenade is going to go over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
These guys, because we still need to have a little element of danger.
These guys also have no idea that I'm there. All I heard was an explosion go off over here. They might have heard me scream, but
one of them does save. Go ahead and roll me 3d10. I mean, 3d6. My apologies.
oh man, it's a very big difference in damage.
Yeah, it's
Real though.
It's not bad. It's only bad if you think it's bad.
5, 3d6,
3d6.
9, 12 total.
12 total. You kill those two, and I think this one actually. And then this pile of ladders.
A pile of wood.
Okay. You still have a movement.
I'm going to take cover over here behind the ladders.
Well, go ahead and move your token. Where are you going?
Bingo, bango, bongo. And there should be full cover between both of those guys. They can't kill me. Unless they move. And then I'm in trouble.
I get to take my first picture with my brand new phone.
What
Inti,
kind
buddy.
did you get?
I'm coming, Inti.
Oh shit!
I still have
That's
health
what's
potions. I stocked up. I grabbed a bunch of those whenever we could. I still got a couple left.
I did have it in my pocket.
Again, though, Inti, we don't give out any hints on what it is.
I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. Stay
I got
alive.
Still waiting on you to send it though.
It is on its way. It is hit.
I get to test out my new shotgun, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, this guy.
Come on, team wipe. Come on, team wipe.
Right for.
No, not us. Them. Not us.
Is going to shoot you, Marty.
I have cover. I'm behind the ladders.
It don't matter. Well, that's not going to hit. That might.
Uh-oh.
That's 19 to hit.
I can tell you right now it hits, yeah. I'm at the highest my AC is going to go this game or this campaign, unless I can get a feat or something.
That is 9 points of damage to you. Then Brandon's chosen. He's going to shoot at you. That one's going to hit. And that one's definitely... Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. In total.
Don't say 35. Don't say 35. I'm really fond of this character.
22.
Oh, my Lanta.
Because he nat 20'd that second one.
How? I'm behind ladders. There's cover here.
Other people have sharpshooter too.
Why did you make the enemies literally the exact same as my character?
I did
I
not.
hate
I did not.
You did. You did. You did.
I did
I can
not.
I can smell it. That guy's name is Marty Robbins Jr. or something.
Brody
All right.
mobbing.
All right, so now it's top of the round with you there, Marty Robbins.
This man is getting shotgun directly in the face. That guy right there. That's within 30 feet.
You're gonna stand up and just kablooey.
Yeah. Remove his rib cage from the rest of his body. 18.
18 will hit.
Okay. What is it?
2d8.
2d8. Okay. Come on. Okay, first of all, come out of... Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a problem with my new dice. Ow! I'm dropping some. It was the D4, so I have to pick it up immediately or else I'm going to step on it.
That's so dice respectful.
3.
Go home.
5 total. Oh, no. Plus. There's plus damage, ain't there?
Yeah, modifier. Your
the
dex
modifier is 8 total.
Well, it's enough to blow him away. What about the other guy?
Oh, he's gonna get magnumed. About to get big ironed in here. I'm going to shotgun in one hand.
No, the shotgun is a two-handed weapon.
Oh, then I'm gonna sling it real fast.
That's gonna be like an action there, bud.
Yeah, we're gonna action surge. I have 4 health points.
He said, "We do not care."
All right, get big ironed, boy. Oh,
Honestly, if I were you, I would just action surge and just like, okay, so to help you out here, I'm using the shotgun. I know you like the big iron, I really know. But
I don't know if I have the range to kill that guy though.
If you go 5, 10 feet of movement, and then action surge, he's getting 3 shells of buckshot to the face. Possibly.
Let's do that.
There you go. Plus, you also never use your maneuvers. You're a battle master.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm really bad at those, okay?
Yeah, you
I
are.
have disarming attack, distracting strike, and goading attack. I'm going to try to disarming attack, whatever that does. It's 74. Nope. One superiority dice, forcing you to drop it.
Excuse me.
Okay. So we are going to...
No, you may not even have to use the action surge on this.
15 to hit. Oh, no. Plus... No. Yeah, 15 to hit.
It's plus... Because it's a firearm that you have proficiency in, it is proficiency plus dex. Which, because you were a level 5 character, you have a proficiency of plus 3.
Oh.
Okay, so 16 to hit.
That will just hit.
So I need 2 D8s and then a plus and a D4 for my superiority dice.
No, your superiority is a D8.
Is it a D8? I thought it was a D4.
You have 4 superiority dice, which are D8s.
Yeah, it is 48. Sorry, my bad. So I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah, 3D8.
3D8. 4. 7. math. 15.
Well, he does not have to make a save because he automatically fails that save in death.
So his weapon goes flying because I hit that with 1 round of buckshot.
And you don't need to use an action surge unless you want to use an action surge to pick your brother up to run.
We're gonna do that. You see what happens to me, Marty Robbins, sprinting for his life with a minor health potion in his hand, jamming it in his brother's mouth, and just going, "Drink it, drink it, drink it. We gotta go."
Inti, you wake up with how many hit points there, Marty?
It's a minor health potion, so I don't know. I can't remember. I can never remember.
2d4 plus 2. Oh,
my next turn. Okay, I can.
He needs to roll 2d4 plus 2 for you, Inti.
Okay.
But Inti, you are up
2, 4. You get 8.
6, 8. Yeah.
Hurry up. We gotta go.
Okay. All right. All right. As I get up, I'll be like, throw any grenades you have left in the ladders, and just start. Actually, I'm gonna say that, and then I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave to try and do more damage to the ladders before he does, and then I'm gonna haul ass.
I'm going to say that Thunder Wave destroys the ladders, and you guys are able to make
I'm not throwing my grenades. We might need them later. We gotta go.
They're now, so I mean, now we can just haul ass.
Yeah, so you guys run off into the night. Sounds of gunfire are going off behind you, and you can honestly hear some of the whizzing and banging next to you guys. But luckily, because I am a benevolent god, none of them hit you, and you are able to get back safe and sound. The next day, there's relatively nothing going on. You guys are able to lick your wounds. But that night, in the middle of the night, as you guys are, sleeping victoriously, or so you think, there's an explosion. That just rocks the entirety of the fortress. And we're going to leave off with that. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Hit the notification bell, all those things. If you don't hang out with us while we shoot the shit and talk and give our own little reviews. But if you stick around to that point, you know what time it is. It's time for us to roll the dice of destiny so you see who's going to kick this off. It's 1, 2, 3. Brandon.
Oh, goody.
What is your after session review there, bud? Let's go ahead.
I think we had a pretty good session, especially considering how it's been so long since some of us have got to play. Some of us sick, some of us under the influence of things. I think that overall it was a really good session. I had a lot of fun with the actually splitting the party halfway, turning out to be a good idea.
Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I was
we
expecting
almost
you to
saw
make
the reason why it was a bad idea tonight.
I was expecting you to make us pay for that, but no, it's I had a good time with it. I don't think I really had much of a favorite part or like a best part of it, worst part of it, or anything like that. Just overall, I think we had a really good episode today.
All right. What is going on in Inti's mind? What was going on in Inti's mind after he got back safe and sound? And now hearing an explosion rocking the entire fortress, what is going on through his mind?
fucking hell, Marty. Quit playing with the fucking explosives.
You can't stop me.
That's actually technically what's going through his mind right now.
But what about after the fight? That you returned victorious after your plan went relatively according to plan?
I was really expecting it not to, but it kind of did. And that's Auntie's just kind of just pleasantly surprised to still be 6 feet at the ground. Like, didn't it plan for that to work? There's a lot of motherfuckers up there. Did good damage. We did some good work today.
Sure did.
Cigarette and drank him some more of his moonshine. Thank you kindly.
So, what do you think is going on with that explosion?
I think Brandon is about to pull up some big heavy guns. Maybe they had some sappers. Maybe they got some Fallout style mini nukes. That's there's plenty of things it could be, and I don't want to give you any more ideas or options. So
Smart man. All right, so we're gonna move on to Mykel. After session
Yeah, it
review,
was
then.
fun. I was happy to get to do my stealthy stuff, even though I wasn't playing my rogue today. It was very funny watching Morgrim's big, beefy, clunky ass try to be stealthy. I can just imagine him like trying to tiptoe while he's like gripping different plates that are trying to move to stop them from squeaking and squealing as he moves and stuff and rattling.
You know, his tiefling is not any tiefling that I have ever really seen play in Dungeons and Dragons before. Usually tieflings are like super quiet and mysterious and really edgy and rogues so they can dash around and do sneaky stuff. No, this guy has the power of God and anime on his side, cannot for shit really do some stealth stuff, and
He straight up tripped on one dude.
yeah, most definitely. So
he's
Austin's tiefling is definitely a disgrace to his own kind, so to speak. But what's going on in Ket's mind? What's going on in Ket's mind after hearing about Kylie and after the success of the mission tonight?
Kind of worried, obviously, about Kylie and everybody by way of Groves. Obviously. But he's doing his best to kind of push it to the back of his mind for now and focused on the task at hand. Very, very fulfilled after having pulled off the poisoning. Definitely didn't expect it to quite go as well as it did. And it did, and it was awesome.
Awesome. Now, what about these explosions going off? Evidently enough to kind of rock the fortress a little bit.
That is definitely like you said, it would have shaken us awake almost. Would have startled me. Would have jumped up, ready for action, ready for anything. Getting ready to fuck some shit up. Ket's pretty confident in his combat abilities. He has plenty of spells and stuff that work for groups of people, so he's not necessarily too worried about being ambushed or anything like that.
Okay. I would say Austin, but Austin appears to probably be taking care of a child right now, so we'll wait for him. So we'll go to Baker. Baker.
Some fellas coming here don't look too friendly. We best get out of here.
I don't know if you ladies and gentlemen could have heard that, but it's a quote from Red Dead Redemption. Basically what I said at the beginning of the campaign. this was fun. The squad wipe, solo squad wipe from Marty was A1, perfect, no problemo. Pulled that out by the skin of my teeth, which seems to be the going theme here.
Honestly, if Brandon did not have Inti throw all 5 of those grenades inside the battering ram, you guys would not have succeeded on this mission. Y'all would have had to run away. Because those guys had a lot of hit points over by the battering ram.
Skin of our teeth, ladies and gentlemen. Skin of our teeth.
So, obviously you thought the session was good.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it. We got some good role playing in. I'm excited to see where we go from here.
So, what's going on in Marty's mind after this mission, and also with the explosions going off?
At this point, Marty's probably thinking we've had far too many close calls, but that's just the way it is.
Indeed. So now, have I been keeping faith with the story, and do you know where I am going for next session?
Yes, and yes. I know exactly. As soon as you started talking about what was going on with Kylie and the others, I knew exactly where this was going. You might have seen me go.
Yes.
I know exactly where this is going, and I'm really excited to get there because we're going pretty. We're moving at a good clip, and I like it. I'm excited to show these guys what else this world has in store. So,
Yep, you and I are going to have to talk at some point to plan next session because I do have some ideas that I will kind of hint at in my after session review, but you and I need to iron out those fine details. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Other than that, we all did really good. Inti did amazing for having been doped up.
Now that Austin's here, I also want to give all of you a cookie. I'm going to give Brandon, however, 2 cookies. Because, like his brother did last session and leading the way, Inti was the one that was the one that led the way tonight. And not only that, but the way he interacted with the 2 NPCs in the foxhole.
Gonna be gotta be foxy.
Morgrim for finally overcoming his shortcomings that are definitely running contrary to what a tiefling is and being all sneaky sneak. I did not hear what you just said.
I heard what you said about me.
But yes, Austin is going to get a cookie for that. Marty is going to get a cookie for damn near soloing this. And like Inti was the one who brought them down to size, but Marty was the one who slaughtered them all, and that was amazing. I'm going to give Marty a cookie for that, and I'm going to give Mike a cookie for throwing me for a loop in his invisibility. That threw me for a loop. And honestly, that's why I was so harsh on Inti and Marty, was because it's like, well, I can't put y'all through too many complications because y'all are fucking invisible.
One of y'all has to get fucked.
And it all came down to you and me.
I feel like I catch you off guard every time that we're just like planning something out and we're just like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get through this? How are we gonna make it? And I'm just like, I cast invisibility, and everybody's just like, I mean, that works.
But yeah,
it's better than my spell slot, which is gun and yeet.
We're going to pick up for Austin because Austin wasn't here. Austin, what was your after session review?
That was really good. I'm really really proud of Ket and his use of invisibility right now.
Not know that you could use invisibility on another person. That's gonna come in such handy.
Especially since you can cast 3rd level spell slots or 3rd level spells now.
I wasn't really expecting the big booms
Mm-hmm.
so quickly. I mean, we did go over time today, so
Yeah, I will go over my idea on how we're going to handle that for next session, whenever it's my turn. Because I know, the big explosions going off was a bit rushed, but again, I was trying, we were
yeah.
really short on time. We're actually way over time right now, but I want to get this after session review done. But in my review, I will explain to you guys rough about what we're going to be doing next session. But continue on.
But I mean, I would say overall it's a good session.
Mhm.
It wasn't too overbearing. I think Marty and NT did a lot of role playing, which I was happy with. I liked hearing
Mhm.
that go on. Um, yeah, no, overall, I think it was a really good session. I think it played out wonderfully. And my character is, I don't know if he's scared shitless, but I think he's kind of surprised with himself that he actually was able to poison the water supply without getting caught. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so for me, you guys did very, very good. I was trying to lead away, I will admit, from the missions that happened tonight, but I know Brandon. Whenever he's a one-track minded kind of person. Whenever he comes up with an idea, so I have to go along with it. But it ended up turning out fairly well. And by fairly well, I mean really well. Um, as far as like my little throw in at the end, that was something that I was trying to allude to. Um, but we ended up having to do these missions, and I'm not faulting you guys for that at all. Uh, yeah, I just kind of felt a little pressed for time, and how we are going to handle next session is we're going to do a little bit of a rollback, kind of like, at the beginning of some episode, like you're thrown into the thick of, some type of really big thing going on, and then the next scene is like 24 hours earlier, and then we're going to kind of, go into y'all's day, maybe do some debriefings and whatnot. Um, and then we'll throw you into the thick of that fight and carry the story on further because we're about to go into our next plot point. Um, so that'll be fun. Baker, I know he's kind of champing at the bit right now, wanting to get to the next point. So, yeah, that's a thing. No, you guys did very well, and I'm sorry if the ending seemed a little bit rushed, but I do kind of want you guys to kind of think on what's going on. Like, oh, what's he coming up to? What's going to be going on next session? And yada yada yada. Um, but other than that, I don't really have anything else. Do you guys have anything else before we let our viewers go to carry on their lives?
I think we're all good, man.
Alrighty, well, with that being said, if you guys have stayed with us this long, we really appreciate you guys watching. Again, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Hit the little bell icon. Help support our channel. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode of Broken Earth.